Yes, there is a genre of music called Irish pub drunks. Seriously, doesn't it sound like, oh, guys at a soccer game or something?
Yes, it's like that happy gang vocals thing. Always sounds like people are drunk.
I never heard the term happy gang vocals, but I love it. Because me and my friends were all happy gang vocals growing up. A lot of times we'd even have to yell to the band, shut up, we're singing. It's the Bennington Show. Ron Bennington, Gail Bennington.
Yo.
Joey Jojo Bennington.
Sips.
Stan the Man Bennington.
What's up?
Danny Pearls Bennington. Danny Pearls actually got a mention on the iBang as one of the shows to see. I think you're doing What's Your Fucking Problem, Dude? Is that the name of your show?
No, that's Jay.
Oh, okay. All right, I get you two mixed up.
I always get them mixed up.
I know. No, which one of you is with Christine?
Say again?
I don't have to. So what's the name of your big show?
It's called Hindsight, and it's this Friday, 8 p.m. at Cantina Royale in Williamsburg.
Now, I know, Gail, you're going to make the scene.
I am.
Joey?
I'll be there.
And you just got a one-show deal in this?
One show I'm hosting with Billy Princell. We got an awesome lineup. Anthony DeVito, Sam Morrill, Beth Stelling, Jackie Novak, and Seton Smith.
And what are they doing this show?
So they're going to each get up and tell a story. And then as they're telling the story, my co-host Billy Princell and I, who's just named one of Comics to Watch, we'll be sitting off to the side, mic'd up, and we'll interject at any points in the story if something's boring, or if something is unexplained, or if we have any questions, or just want to jump in with a joke.
So you're like cops.
Where it's like a nicer Benson interruption kind of thing. We're not trying to fuck them up, but we're trying to just keep people engaged and active in the story.
Because their stories aren't good enough.
Usually not.
Okay, good. I say. Now, are you drawing cartoons of them? Or I don't know how your cartoon work plays into this. I was in Montreal when you were called, I believe, Cartoonist of the Year. Was that?
Century.
Century. Well, it's an early century, though.
Yeah.
We're only 15 years in. Almost 16.
Oh my
Better
God.
start my shopping. Do you know that? Remember how we had Black Friday?
Yes.
They said this year the real bargains are on Veterans Day. Today, 11/11.
Oh my
This
God.
is the time that they're trying to get people to shop on Veterans Day. And
This is sick.
Chris Stanley's good buddy, Eastside Dave, already tweeted out that he's put up his Christmas decorations.
It's not even Thanksgiving. What's going on?
It feels like Christmas to me, though. Doesn't it to you?
It's not. No, I don't have the spirit in me yet.
I have sick neighbors. They're sick in the head.
Mm-hmm.
They put up decorations way too early and then leave them way too late. A couple houses in particular leave up decorations way too long. Like one of them till April.
Do you?
They had Christmas
Are
decorations.
you in an Italian part of Brooklyn?
I am, yeah.
That'll do it. Italians love. Well, first of all, I think that they competitive decorate.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Some of them just put $100 bills up with, and then those lights. We're doing real good this year. But I noticed that Italians do leave up later than most people.
Yeah, I think that must be the thing, because it certainly is an Italian neighborhood. So, but they also get really into, they got into Halloween this year more than I've ever seen. But now we're jumping over Thanksgiving, and they're already stringing up the lights. It's disgusting. It's sick.
You gotta have Pranksgiving.
Please, the holiest of all days, Pranksgiving.
The holiest of all holies, I like to say. Scope Talk Live with Chris today. Fans are coming up. A lovely couple came up, brought us donuts.
Larry and Lauren Yonkers.
And then just a guy that was working out there is yelling, "Hey, Chris," and taking pictures of him.
Yeah, he was loving it. But, Larry and Lawyer started periscoping our Periscope show, STL, and I don't appreciate that because...
Well, I think Larry did. I don't think Larry did.
Yeah, Larry started Periscoping my Periscope, and I don't appreciate that. I don't like that.
You yelled meta with him, and you were just acting like it was Cross the Swords.
I was being a good host, but in the future, please, people, don't come up running to me Periscoping my Periscope. You can be on the Periscope with me, but I don't need you Periscoping my Periscope.
You're afraid of the competition?
No, I mean, there's only time for one Periscope. It's
Yeah,
STL or
beat
smoke.
that.
Well,
competition.
I'm a free scope advocate. I think everybody's got a right to be out there and scope.
No.
No,
I don't like.
that's your answer.
I don't like it at all. No. Well, they're impeding on my scopes. I mean,
I think it was the best scope you've ever done.
I agree.
You never had such a big panel.
It was a huge panel. There was fun. There was snacks.
Yeah, there was a nice snacks. You never have a nice layout like that.
No, I don't. I usually just have cigarettes.
I mean, you never do a nice spread for your panel.
I like the I like the panel. I like the spread, but I just don't appreciate the scoping at me when I'm scoping already. Or we got to stay focused on STL.
He's really letting us get to his head.
Yeah, it is.
It's changing him
He's not fun.
for the worse.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a dick.
He's a bad person.
I'll tell you who's a good person though.
Who?
Dan Perlman. He's got him and Billy Prestel. Top stand-ups tell funny, true stories. It's Hindsight. Hindsight.
Hindsight.
Did he ask you to do it, Joe?
Yeah. He didn't ask he asked if I could be there.
Maybe, Dan, come on in here and we'll play Hindsight.
Okay.
Your show, but you're going to be the guy telling the story.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And how does it start with chanting? Hindsight.
Hindsight. Hindsight. Hindsight.
So you show us how it's played, okay? So tell your story. Make it a really great story.
Okay.
So good.
It'll be a really funny, great story.
Okay.
So one time, Thanksgiving's coming around, right, guys? One time I was 8, and my uncle, he called me onto the street. I had never played in the annual Engelbrecht Aviles Thanksgiving football game before, right? So I come in as a walk-on because my cousin Louie got injured. He's like 14, really fast. He's the star of the family.
What was his name?
His name's Louie.
Louis?
Yeah.
Rude.
His name's Louie. He's Puerto Rican.
The story, Dan.
I know, but we were losing interest.
Okay. So I come on. I had never played. In fact, I had a busted leg at the time. However, I rookie of the year that shit because.
I'm sorry, how'd you bust your leg?
Oh, I busted my leg. Okay, so I was climbing a tree, and then I said I could jump from this tree to that tree. So then I jumped like a flying squirrel, and I didn't. So I busted my leg on the ground.
Who'd you bet?
Oh, I bet my brother Johnny.
If I could just interject?
Yeah.
I think you're taking him off from his actual story.
That's the point. That's the point, because the more interesting stuff is not whatever nonsense he was about to say.
Yeah.
I just want to hear the stuff that's dangling there. Because when I listen to The Moth and stuff like that,
Yeah.
a lot of times the stuff that I want to hear is the stuff they're glossing over because they want to get to, the emotional thing about how their dad finally,
Okay.
gave them the gift they never got when they
All
were a
right,
kid.
I
whatever
like
horse
that.
shit.
All right. I get it.
I'm going to tell the story.
Okay.
I'm going to tell the story. So, when I was a kid, used to be able to go over the bridge into New Jersey and drink younger. You could drink at age 18 in New Jersey, and it was 21 in Pennsylvania. And then also back in those days, you didn't have a picture on the license, and so you could get a license from somebody. So me and my friends go over. We're like 15 or 16, one or two guys would be 16. So we go into just like a shit kicking bar. We didn't even go into, a decent place. And we had all these, white crosses. And I had, white crosses is like this trucker speed. So I had been feeling really bad about myself.
You always had white crosses?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we didn't always have white crosses. There was other different drugs that you could get. There was Black Beauties, there was Quaaludes, there was Tumanols.
And that's what you would get when you would go drinking, or you just have that separately?
We would have that every fucking day.
You just have that on a Tuesday. Yeah.
Okay.
So we go over to this place, right?
Yeah.
So it was literally like a country and western bar, but it was more western than anything. I mean, they were just fucking hillbillies, right? And I had been feeling really bad. I was trying to go out and have a good night for myself.
Why were you feeling bad that night?
Oh, because when your mom was blowing me, she spit it back off. And went out my
Hindsight. Hindsight.
Oh, I'm definitely going to this now. So I can't wait to see this show. I'm not going, but you guys are.
Yeah.
Scope it for me.
I'll scope it. So you
Private
can see.
scope.
Is that a thing? Can you private scope?
Oh God, don't do that.
I'm
Gail.
not
Don't
going to.
start
I'm just
private scoping with
curious.
people. Because you know what?
Welcome to my dark private scope.
You know what? We just had a foot prostitute in here earlier this week, and I think that she was damaged from it. Like, she was joking about it, but I saw, like, when I looked down at her feet, she kind of pulled them back shyly.
Yes.
And stuck them on, like,
The shame.
almost frightened. You
Yeah,
know, like I was
of
going to
course.
maul them.
I mean, the private scoping is just video that you could just send directly to him.
Except for with strangers. That's the difference.
Yeah.
I like the innovations that are now just circling back to what was originally there. Like, I just heard someone say, like, oh, it'd be awesome if you could record like a podcast that everyone could hear live. And so I was like, oh, you mean like radio? Like, just exactly what radio is. But they're acting like that's the next step for podcasts. Live.
Well, see, the reason that I kind of agree with that is I don't think that a podcast or a radio show should hang around forever. I think it should be that moment.
Right.
And then vanish.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, to me, it's like if you put a sandcastle in a fucking freezer. I don't care. You know what I mean? It only works for that afternoon.
I want to keep it.
Yeah. That's why I think an album, like when you get an album, it should play once and then be broken after. That would have been my innovation.
Self-destructing albums?
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
Just Pet Sounds just once, and then just break it over your knee.
Let me tell you, that's plenty for me.
That's all you need for Pet Sounds.
By the way, maybe most overrated album ever.
You think so?
And I love it, but I'm just tired of people harping on about it.
I would say
on.
it's perfectly rated. I think
No. The fact that it's always number one or number two, no. I'm sorry.
certainly top 5.
Not for me.
What gets slighted in your mind?
I think Avalon by Roxy Music is a perfect fucking album. I think Exile Main Street would never be beneath fucking Pet Sounds. First of all, I've never been to a party in my life where somebody put Pet Sounds on.
Right.
Ever. And no one ever said, oh, do you want to... Pet Sounds is something that at best you listen to by yourself.
Yeah.
But if someone put it on at a party, you're like, what's this shit doing on?
Pet Sounds.
But does that make an album worse if you listen to it by yourself versus a party?
Is this still hindsight? I don't understand
this
what's
isn't
happening.
hindsight
I don't know what
Wait, are we
I feel like I'm
hindsighting?
still in I can't get beyond hindsight now. Everything, I feel like, what happened to my original story?
Yeah, but where did you buy Pet Sounds?
What party were you at?
Wait, I can't keep doing this.
Inside.
I killed her. I fucking killed her.
What?
Is that what you want to know?
Where?
What were you wearing when you ordered it?
You said it was Wednesday morning.
That's weird.
Yeah. So, wait a minute. Where were we going with that? No. Why do you have albums? For me, the albums I listened to by myself were albums I couldn't share
Right.
with my friends, which means a woman was singing
Right.
most of the time. You know, it's not like I'm like, hey, let's throw in that Joni Mitchell, guys.
Like Carole King, that was one that I might be
Well,
embarrassed.
it's beautiful fucking, Talk about having one album and then forget about it. She's been fucking running around with that for the rest of her life.
That's all you need, really.
Yeah, I guess, if it works.
Chaka Khan is another one.
No, you could listen to Chaka Khan in public.
Velvet Underground and Nico. Love that.
Velvet Underground, yes. Nico, I'm better listening to this at home.
Once Nico starts chiming in.
You better watch your step. Fucking loses staring at her. What? I should be singing this. And he did later. I mean, he fucking covered his own songs.
Yeah.
Later. What about you, Chris? You ever have an album you listen to by yourself?
All right, this is a weird. Vincent Gallo put out an album a few years ago that I would listen to, and I was like, "This is good stuff."
Let me just fucking stop. Let me pull hindsight here. Who knew that Vincent Gallo even made an album?
I didn't.
I'm a fan of his films, and Vincent Gallo.
Why? What? Brown Bunny?
Yeah, I like Brown Bunny.
Buffalo 66?
Yep. And then I was like, "Oh, this guy's interesting." He put out
Is he?
music. At the time, I thought he was great. Then I listened to this album, and I liked it a lot. But I didn't tell anyone I'm listening to Vincent Gallo's fucking music. I think it was a one and done. It was his only album.
It'd have to be. Not by
That's what tell us
choice.
that.
Yeah, just like his
Obviously those-
movies, pretty much run and done.
That was the
One and
first
done.
of his trilogy.
By the way, GPS playing today, 4:00. Deep Tracks.
Nice.
Do you do pre-shows for all these or just the one?
No, I didn't think to do it for the replays or the encores, if you will.
Yeah, I guess they are encores. No, an encore you'd have to do something different, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Replay.
Although I think there's a lot of times like bands should just come back out and do the song that everybody likes.
Right.
Gail, do you ever have any albums you only listen to by yourself?
There's plenty of records that I listen to only like just by myself because I think that people wouldn't enjoy them. Most soundtracks or like
Right.
I also have like a couple like musicals that I would like put on, but I wouldn't want to.
The hills are alive.
No, like Hair or something. I would listen
Yeah.
to Hair by myself, but I wouldn't be like, "Hey guys, you want to listen to the Hair soundtrack?"
Yeah, that doesn't. That's a good point. You know, soundtrack is the oddest fucking thing ever because really they're just mixtapes.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
a mixtape, and some people do it well, and some people just do what's ever available to them.
I think it was a big thing for me when I was a kid because I loved movies so much, so I loved buying soundtracks, and I think it got me into a lot of music because of that. And I loved that it was like a curated soundtrack.
Is there any songs that you only like because they're on soundtracks? Because I'm thinking of one, and I caught this in the middle of the night the other night, but there she goes again. And I wake up in the middle of the night, and that's fucking, I'm right on at the beginning, and I'm like, fuck, I'll never get back to sleep.
No
and I
way.
sit there and watch the Married an Axe Murderer.
I love that
For
movie.
4:30.
And that song is great, but if that song just came on the radio, you'd be like,
I don't know. You'd be like, what are they trying to act like it's 1966 or something?
There's a lot of songs on the Space Jam soundtrack, which has
I Believe I Can Fly.
I believe
R.
I can
Kelly.
fly. R. Kelly, Seal, who was just in the building the other day. What is it? Fly Like an Eagle. And
Fly Like an Eagle.
Monica, For You I Will. That's another one I would never play in public, but I would sing along to, alone in my room.
The Seal Fly Like an Eagle was a favorite song of yours?
I would listen to that soundtrack a
Yeah.
lot, where I would never would have gone out and bought a Seal album.
I don't know if anyone ever has. I don't know any of his songs besides the hits.
yeah. But that Crazy, that's an amazing song.
That's a gigantic song, too. I mean, you talk about a guy who's still fucking riding the crazy wave.
Oh,
after all
yeah.
these years.
But I don't really blame him because that song's like phenomenally good.
Because of the whole drumming part.
Yeah. Everything about it.
Chris, you ever listen to a musical at home?
A musical? I've never listened to a musical at home, no.
Because I know you've been to a musical.
I do like musicals. Oh, you know what I have? I listened to the movie version of Les Mis, I think like Castle in the Sky or something.
That's weird.
I love Les Mis, the movie, with Russell Crowe.
You're the only one.
I know, that guy ate a bunch of shit. I thought he was great as Joe Bear. I watched that movie because it was getting Oscar buzz. I was like, I guess it was. Yeah, I thought it was.
Oh, the one girl got Oscar, and everyone was mad at her for getting it.
Yeah, she was barely in the film, and I ended up loving Les Mis.
You love Joe Bear the best.
Oh yeah, Russell Crowe killed it in that fucking movie or musical, whatever. And I was really, because I love all right, I don't know what it's called in the musical, but when all the songs start playing at once, like it goes in and out of all the the different songs from earlier in the film or the musical, love that shit. It's really impressive to me.
I also bought.
A medley is impressive to you?
Oh yeah, I was like, holy shit! All the songs are playing one into each other, and it all sounds good.
Yeah, they're not playing at the same time.
Overtures?
Yeah.
He loves overtures.
Let me introduce you to
Overtures.
I bought a chorus line on vinyl. And I bought it just because I loved that musical as a kid.
Yeah.
I listened to it once all the way through. I've never put it back on, but I was like, I'm going to own this. Plus it was like $2.
Yeah.
So-
Well, there's plenty of things that if they're $2, you'll pick up. I'm like, this isn't bad. It adds a little weight to my album, doesn't it?
I love the Rent soundtrack, And I got into that because one summer I was a camp counselor, and there was this kid who had, I don't know, autism, or he had some kind of disorder, and he would punch the kids, and like, like he'd walk up to a little kid and be like, your mom died this morning. He was just like vicious, and the only thing that would calm him down is Seasons of Love, the main song from Rent. So one of us would have to sit in the corner with him and just play it nonstop. Nonstop. So I heard that thousands of times.
600 minutes. Somebody's got to calm the retard down.
It's all about
Calming the retard.
You know, I went. What's the guy who did that? Jonathan something. He died right in the
Yes.
Yeah.
He was like
3 names, and I'm trying to remember. I can't think of.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yes, he's so good.
No, it was
Right.
John Norman Howard.
No.
Larson, John Larson.
Yeah, 2 names. That's all.
I thought it was.
So
great.
I saw another thing that he had done before Rent, but it came out later. I saw it at the a little place down in like the Tribeca area where they had done Angry Inch for so many years. It's in that little hotel, that little like sailors hotel.
Yeah, I know. It's called. Was it Tick 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 or
Tick Tick Boom?
Tick
is the
Tick
name of
Boom?
it.
That's what it was.
And I thought the songs in that were way better
They are.
than the other one, but that never seemed to have caught on.
Green Green Dress. I love that song.
Yeah, it's great. But that thing of, like people were saying that he seemed like he was in a real hurry to get things done, as if he knew he was going to die young, like he was very ambitious and had a lot of projects going. And when I read about that, I'm like, God, that's like Dan,
Oh my
like,
God.
Dan must know that he's
You
dying.
don't think Tick Tick Boom?
Yeah.
What tick are you on?
The second one.
Whoa.
No. Yeah, that was the thing about that play, is the whole thing was a weird kind of premonition,
Right.
because he kept saying that he feels like something's going to explode, and the
Right.
tick tick
Right.
boom is like he feels like something's about to happen, and there's like actual lines that sound exactly like, I feel like my heart's going to explode, and it's like literally what happened to him.
And that's Dan. I mean, he's got
So damn.
stand up. You do 18 shows a night. You've got your cartoon that hopefully will be on Saturday mornings very, very soon.
Yes.
I have a feeling it will be. I think it's going to come on
recess,
after Scooby Doo.
Nice.
But
love
before the Jetsons. Then you've got your what's your little TV webisodes or whatever.
Yeah, the web
series?
series. Yeah, yep.
And then radio, you got a lot of things going.
I'm one rent away.
You're just that close.
Did you mention Hindsight?
And then Hindsight. To show that he can't even let other people talk without jumping in.
I'll say that some of our favorite stories, like
Yeah.
this dude Taylor Ketchum, super funny comic. Like our favorite ones is when the story is told so well and like seamlessly that we don't have to jump in at all. Like I was jumping a little more here just to show the interjections of it, but like he
So
told
you would
this-
have let Joe go a little longer.
maybe not Joe, but I would have let you go a little longer.
I was bored. Well, my story ends fucking great, so.
Mine ended, I'll just tell you, it ends with my dad giving me the gift I always wanted. And
His cock.
his cock. It was
Take it,
his
Joe.
cock.
Did you take it?
you always want?
And his balls. Yes.
Yeah.
Balls too, Daddy?
Yeah.
What was the gift you always want?
Oh, from him? Okay, he never got it from me, but it was those tiny little remote control cars, those electric ones that kids drive with the steering wheels, and I always wanted one, but I never got one.
Oh yeah, those are pretty sweet.
Yeah.
My neighbor had one.
Well, I remember what was like so funny. You were like both like little kids, and you were in one of those cars with her, and you guys were driving up the street. You drive into our driveway where she parks next to my car. And when you got out, she opened the trunk and took something out of there, and you guys come up. I'm like, do they think
Yeah, we had a picnic.
this is real?
That's what I wanted.
We drove up, had a picnic in the yard.
You're like, you're not having your own little real world. You're part of our world, and your children. You guys were close in that neighborhood.
Yeah,
That was like a little crazy neighborhood for that.
we had a good crew.
It always helps if you like your neighborhood crew. Chris, you were afraid of the kids when you grew up?
Oh god, yeah. It was a lot of projects around the old neighborhood. Didn't treat me very well.
Isn't the old neighborhood the current neighborhood?
I saw a documentary last night that I get an email from Kyle, and he says, Doug Stanhope just tweeted this. It's a 1970s and 80s fucking documentary about gangs in the Bronx called Rubble Kings. Like, while I'm reading it, I'm on fucking Netflix, right? Because it was like 6, 7 o'clock at night. And the amount of gangs and kids that wore colors, right? They didn't even have motorcycles. They were just walking around with fucking gangs up there. It really was the Warriors. And the guys, they're all older now, and they were talking about it. They were like, oh, that Warriors movie was dead on. He goes, that was like a fucking documentary to us.
Oh my God.
That's so crazy.
You guys got to see it. It's free on Netflix. I know that's the only way you'll watch it, Chris.
I have I'll let you know I have a Netflix subscription, so
Yeah,
I'm doing really well.
It's Dave's. Oh, shit.
Oh,
Prescription.
You're right. He is a dick.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
No, I'm smart.
I don't know. So we were talking about this. We have a gig in a week, and we haven't even thought about it yet.
Yes.
You still like the idea? The one that we talked about?
Yeah. I did.
Okay. You still like it,
I like it.
Chris?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm saying no to it then.
Okay.
If I see you guys agreeing on something,
Okay.
I know it's wrong. When I see you struggle with stuff, that's when I'm like, they're on to something.
Well, you notice I had hesitation. Does that count for
but
anything?
To me, it's all just as laziness. When everyone's like, yeah, we should do that. That means I am not even listening. I'm not even paying attention. I'm just saying yes, and then move on from being this meeting.
No, I think it could be really funny. Just got to focus like how we want the tone to be.
No
Is that more
spoilers.
detail?
Yeah.
Is that more thought?
Don't you spoil this thing.
I think the comics we bring in
Yes.
on that side, not your side, but
Right.
the other side is the key.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunately Chris Stanley's job to
So,
handle that.
Yes.
And he is a fuck up. Wait, you know what? I should have made that more subtle.
right.
That's my fault.
Which part? Hindsight.
Hindsight. That's great.
hindsight.
I just got hindsighted.
Yeah, we've all been hindsighted, Chris.
Got
Now,
it
did
hindsight.
anybody do it to you before, like in the club, have a fucking mean line like that ready as soon as you're interrupted to jump in with?
Oh, like when I'm on stage? you
No,
mean?
what I just did to you
Yeah,
when I
when you
did the
said your
mom
mom
joke.
joke.
Oh, to
Yeah.
shut me up when I yeah that's happened, and that's fun. Right?
Yeah.
Like I don't care about that. We just want it to be like
You
keep
should
people
go the
awake.
opposite. You should start crying and run out. Like I'm trying to have a show called Hindsight.
This is my show.
And then you got to the door, you just turn around and you just like, fuck you! And then you're out.
I made up hindsight. I made it up.
There's no
I'm
room,
Hindsight.
there's no room for hindslights and
All
hindsight.
right,
He
good.
loves
Come
fun.
You got the
can't
wordplay.
fuck-
Joe.
Yeah, but that's just rhyming.
I know.
Joe.
What?
Joe, stop.
I'll fucking kill you! I'll fucking kill you! I hate this show now! I'll fucking stab you to death!
Everyone get out. Get out.
Oh God, I remember when we were younger, and like some fucking smart girl would have a party, and we just go over because her parents were away and just fucking destroy the place, and she'd be fucking in the middle. Get out of my house! And everyone would be like this. Chill out. It's fucking cool. You're fucking cool for the first time ever.
Embrace it.
You're pissing in the pool.
Everyone's having fun.
You're like, everyone's peed in a pool before. Not from the diving board. I fucking hate you. It would always be the funniest fucking thing to me. Seeing someone's home be destroyed.
Demolished.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I did that once. I knocked over a very, very fancy bookcase of a dude who I think was related to Vera Wang in some way.
Sweet.
And he had a
Nice.
party at his place. And I don't know why, for some reason, I thought like, well, I don't know how to talk to people to get attention. But I bet if I knock over this expensive table full of glasses and books, then that'll get some buzz going my way.
Real jerk.
Wow.
Oh man, how old are you?
You were awkward when you were younger then.
Yeah.
I I once
And
burned down
still.
this girl's greenhouse at a party.
Burned it down?
Yeah, accidentally.
I'm glad it wasn't on purpose.
Yeah, well, what happened was
I'm a fire starter.
her dad was a hippie lawyer, or a lawyer hippie, take your pick. He just built this greenhouse to grow weed inside of it. I was smoking a cigarette. It was just finished, and I put it out in the wooden bucket where it smoldered for 4 hours, then caught a blaze. It was the middle of the winter, and then the fire department was called at 4 a.m. to put it out. And
Found all his weed?
No, there wasn't any weed in it yet.
How do you know it was you that did it, though?
I was the only one smoking cigarettes in there.
Dubes.
To this day, I don't think it was your fault.
I don't
4
think
hours
so, too.
fucking later, fuck you.
It was
It's
faulty
true.
wiring from the lawyer. He didn't know what
Thank
the
you.
fuck he was doing. He didn't have weed in there.
Don't blame yourself.
That was a
Joe.
fuck
You're
up.
right.
You're totally innocent, Joe.
Thank you.
I remember one time, I'm at a party because I know this fucking girl. I take this fucking buddy of mine who's whacked out at the time. So we don't know anyone, but we know this girl, and I'm fucking talking to her, and it's her girlfriend's house. I hear all this, like an hour later, I hear all this fucking rumbling. And this buddy of mine was caught in her parents' bedroom going through fucking drawers.
Oh
loading
my
his fucking
God.
pockets, right? So I'm like, they're all fucking freaking out, and I'm like, hey, he's a little drunk, we're leaving, and like people are fucking, coming at us. I'm like, look, there's two of us now, but it ain't gonna fucking stay that way, all right? No, we're leaving here. He made a mistake of some sort. He's drunk wandering around. Don't fucking do it. Don't fucking do this. Because it doesn't end now. It goes on forever if this fucking happens. And fucking just backed our way all the way out of that fucking place. But how fucking humiliating. He's up there. He doesn't fucking know any of these bitches. And he's loading up his fucking pockets.
That's how people repay you for throwing a party.
Yeah, sure. But, his point was when I was fucking with him the next day, he's like, we didn't know those people.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
go, that
Yeah.
doesn't have anything to do with it.
They were strangers. We're never
Yeah.
going to see them again.
You didn't give,
Just strangers.
and by the way, you didn't give me a nudge of like, hey, should we fucking rip these people off?
Yeah, you just start
Yeah.
Did he
going for the
split?
loot.
Did he split it with you guys, or he pocket all of it?
No, we didn't fucking, that shit came out of his fucking pockets quick in that fucking bedroom. We were just lucky enough we didn't get our fucking asses beaten. Because it was just too many. I had to fucking do the quick convincing of, let's just drop this right now.
It's fucking enemy lines.
It's the best thing to do.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah,
best
really.
thing we do for all of us. Because this ain't done.
Let's all go home and go to sleep.
We all have friends.
Cut the cord.
I'm not saying we're right. I'm just saying don't make this any fucking worse.
No harm, no foul, right?
There literally was harm, though. I mean, when someone's in your fucking mom's bedroom, fucking opening up her jewelry box of shitty fucking necklaces, and just shoving it in his pockets like he's Fagin.
It's disgusting.
It was awful.
terrible.
It was awful. Anyway, that would have been perfect for hindsight.
That would have been a great
man.
one. If
Yeah.
you want to come tell it Friday, you're welcome.
Everyone, is going to know it now, though.
I'm gonna hindsight the shit out of it. Wait, we all get to do it, right?
Yeah, everybody in the audience gets to go out.
Everyone can
please.
go.
These, that's the thing about, well, you know who's better? We had him in yesterday. Tom Segura tells the funniest straight stories of anyone, I think, today. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's great.
he was
He's
so
great.
funny.
And he told me as he was leaving, he goes, the Mike Tyson story that he told on our show first, he goes, he went back and listened to it. And because of the reaction that he got, he started closing the show and he says it's the end of his new special.
That's awesome.
But it was
great.
the funniest fucking story. I remember just sending it to my brother going, you got to hear this fucking story. I'm not in it other than laughing, but this is the best fucking Mike Tyson story of all time. But didn't end with jail at the end of it.
He's performing at the Skirball Center Friday night at 10 p.m.
I
Go
know, I want to go to that.
to TomSegura.com for tickets. And he's also performing at the John Lyman Center for the Performing Arts in New Haven, Connecticut. That's Saturday night.
That's where we should make the run, Chris.
I mean, New Haven's the place where the hamburger originated, right?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to have one of those. I'd love to fucking go to New Haven, eat some cheeseburgers, see Segura.
I don't think you can get a cheeseburger there.
Oh, it's only hamburgers?
Because that's the way it started.
All right.
Oh,
Fair
I have
enough.
to check into that. I got to figure out the name of it. I'll look it up.
That's got to be a pretty good hamburger.
And I think they put it on white bread, which I know you love, Chris.
Oh, I hope it's buttered. And just lightly toasted.
Buttered burger.
And that's what they make where you come from, right? Buttered burgers?
Yeah, Butterburgers. Yeah, there's a whole chain in the Midwest called Culver's.
They just put butter.
Just put butter on it.
And a lot, right?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, I guess you could say the In-N-Out for the Midwest. It's only in the Midwest. Everyone loves it. It's a lot of butter on burgers, hence the name Butterburger. So check it out.
There's nothing wrong with that. It sounds very good to me.
All right, look up this place. Lewis Lunch is the name of it. And I know it was white bread, and I believe it's no cheese, but they put them in these tiny little ovens. It's very bizarre. And I think it's right on like the Yale campus. There's the original. Yeah, it's like toast there. But see if you can see their ovens.
My buddy took me here. He got married this June up in New Haven, and he took me there. So yeah, we went there.
New Haven's got a lot of good food.
Yeah.
Good pizza.
Is that tomato on it? What am I looking at? There's burger, but then there seems to be something else on there. Tomato?
Yeah,
That's tomato.
That's
yeah.
tomato.
Nice.
I know
Tomato,
tomato when I
onion?
see it.
Look at that crazy old place.
That
though.
is so cool looking.
Stable or something.
Like, fuck yeah, like fucking Ben Franklin was in there with a fucking...
Lewis Lunch. Louis J. Gomez Lunch.
Yeah.
That's his
real
place.
ass burgers. The real ass burgers.
That wouldn't make the real ass diet.
Look at those weird things.
Those are so weird. Those are so cool. That like sideways grill that they're putting
I
in.
don't get it though. I think it's
Okay, I want that. When's this trip that we're taking? As a family, right?
Saturday. It's a family trip.
Great.
We can put together the whole thing for next Wednesday, which we should have done 2 months ago. I remember every time I bring it up to you guys, you're like, we got something else to talk about. Scope Bro. Hey, did you see my Scope Bro?
Okay,
There's
that's
too much attention on the Scope Bros.
He didn't even like my new song that I made him for the Scope Bros.
What new song?
You made a Scope Bros
I made a
song?
Scope Bros songs for Chris.
He didn't like it?
He didn't like it a little bit.
All right, he didn't like it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like something a fucking Amish person would
Yeah.
say. All right, let's take a listen.
Yeah.
This is your Scope Bro song.
Oh, I love Joe's songs.
We're all stars now. With the Scope Bros, we're all stars now. With the Scope Bros.
Well, Chris, you hated it. I gotta tell you this. I think it's easily the best song Joe's ever done.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. It's hilarious.
The Marilyn Manson took me by surprise, you know? I was like, oh, that's the direction you're going in, huh, Scope Bro?
It's very different for Joe.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah.
Trying to expand my boundaries.
With the Scope Bro.
He's departing from the falsetto that he nails.
We like to see him smoking.
I'm just a little jealous as a Scope sister that there's a Scope Bro song.
I wish there was a Scope Sister song.
There's I don't know if a lot of women like to scope or go to scopes.
I feel like there's mostly female scopers.
Oh, no. I understand that. I meant to be in a room. with
Oh,
scopers.
yes.
Yeah, they point cameras at themselves.
Right.
But that doesn't make them Scope sisters.
Right.
Because the Scope Bro, Chris isn't a Scope Bro. He has Scope Bros.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah. They're my Scope Bros.
Right.
Well, I'm working on something. I'll have it to you at
All right.
some point.
Well, thank you.
You know, I think I want
Don't you worry about it. Perfectly fine.
to make a song for you.
Tussle your head.
What are you gonna say?
You come back here 24 hours from now and you'll hear a lovely song.
You might get quite a surprise.
With the Scope sister, we're all done. He'll be like, well, but you liked it before.
Yeah.
Change the word.
Guys said it was good.
You know, there's an interesting thing, I think, that with the songs that get stuck in your head are songs that you don't even like. I was thinking about this the other day. I never get songs that I like stuck in my head.
No. It's most frequently like annoying pop songs.
And commercials.
And yes, exactly. Commercials or annoying pop songs.
There's a goddamn song. It was on YouTube. I think it's in commercials now. I don't know who does it. I just know the name. The hook is "Baby, I'm worth it." It's just women just "Baby, I'm worth it," and it's just fuck. I wake up and I just sing in my head "Baby, I'm worth it" inside my head over and over again. I'm like, why is this still in my head? I don't know who sings it. I hate it. It makes no fucking sense. And it's just some crazy YouTube song. I'm pretty sure it's in a commercial at this point. That's why I'm fucking singing it in my head all the time.
It's just you talking yourself up in the morning.
You are worth it.
Baby, I'm worth it.
You are worth it.
Baby, I'm worth it. It's totally ridiculous.
Well, my current one is, started at the bottom, now we're here. Started at the bottom, now the whole team here. And I just constantly, it'll just pop into my head. Be doing dishes, just doing that one part, because I don't really listen to it beyond that, so I don't really know where it goes from there.
I've had the song, that Ed Sheeran song, "Take Me Into Your Loving Arms," stuck in my head for maybe the last 3 months.
Now, have you ever going to listen to any more of it?
Yeah, eventually.
I think if you kind of know the song, then you can somehow put it to sleep.
Yeah.
I almost know all the words. I've sat down and listened to it like 4 times in a row.
And it hasn't
And it
won't
left
leave you.
It won't leave me. It's like a poltergeist of
Because
songs.
I notice when things get stuck in my head, like, he's like, call me on my cell phone. Right? That's all I know.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know the whole song.
Yeah, that's like my other thing. It's just I keep on doing that one part. Started at the bottom, now we're here. Started at the bottom, now the whole team here. And then I just start over because I don't know where else to go.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team.
Despisable.
It's awful droning. And these girls who sing "Baby, I'm worth it." I don't know if they're worth it at all.
You're the only one I ever heard sing that.
"Baby, I'm worth it." Joe, you gotta play it.
Okay.
Show me what you got now, come and make it worth my while. Give it to me, I'm worth it.
Oh, I have heard this.
Worth it.
The horns are catchy.
I actually never paid attention to the lyrics. I've just been singing the horns part.
Everybody in the video looks like a Kardashian.
Give it to me, I'm worth it.
Chris, is there any way for you to have an opening song to your Scope show where you play the Scope Bros song?
I'd have to get another cell. Yeah, I just have to use another cell phone and play that off the cell phone into my cell phone.
Perfect.
Modern problems, huh, guys? Modern problems.
But it's possible.
I'm trying to think if I ever got one good song stuck in my head. I can't think of one.
I used to, for years, when they used to play this horrible ad for Dwayne Reed on the radio in like the 90s, that jingle would be like, "Everywhere you go, Dwayne Reed."
Yeah.
And it's so true.
That horrible, horrible jingle from 15 years ago. I can't escape it.
I get a Cars for Kids going in my fucking head.
1877 Cars for Kids. KRI says Cars for Kids.
Why would you
1877 cars.
Why would I give a car to a kid?
KARS cars for kids. Do you guys know the Empire Carpeting one? The 588-2300 Empire today. I've had that stuck in my head since I was 5.
Local commercials will get you
Oh, yeah.
strong.
Food Emporium jingle is still stuck in my head.
Yeah.
That place doesn't exist anymore.
Food Emporium.
Food Emporium.
My store promises to give me the very best of service. Very best variety just for me. It's not just for you, by the way. We can all go there.
Whenever I hear something like that, I know that somebody in a suit had to go like this. That's perfect. Let's record it and get it out there. Really? It's got the phone number. I'll put my kids in it. And to think that there are people who started off in the music business, having bands and shit, who ended up just writing jingles like that. And they're like, well, at least I'm still in the business. At least I'm still doing it.
It's technically music.
Yeah. I guess technically it is music.
But jingles and just like pop songs are the same. Like they're meant to get stuck in your head. Like I think that's the whole point. Like pop songs are meant to be really catchy, and that's how they sell.
Yeah.
And it works. I mean, that Cars for Kids thing was probably in our heads more than a lot of songs that we would all acknowledge.
Say that
amazing.
we love, yeah.
Donate your car today. Donate. I don't know why they say
But
that.
I never wake up in the morning and be like, early one morning the sun was shining. I was laying in bed. Why can't that get stuck in my head?
Something happening here.
Instead, you wake up and you're like, here's my number, so call me maybe. I just met you. And you're like, why am I fucking singing this song?
That thing got carried away, too.
Yeah.
Where everyone made their own videos. Like,
Oh, yeah.
fucking baseball teams were doing it and shit. I hate that.
Made me
I
smile.
hate when everyone jumps on a piece of shit song and does it at their wedding.
But it's so catchy. It's like, it's hard for it not to, you can hate it.
You have to fight it off. Fucking Flu was catchy, but we fight it off. We don't give in. Matt, what's up, buddy? Welcome.
Yo, I have had Invisible Touch by Genesis stuck in my head for the last 8 days.
That's probably because I guess he says he's touring again, and that's stuck with you.
It's horrible.
Here's David in Tennessee.
Hey, Bennington.
Hey.
There's a national commercial out now that's stuck in my head. I wear my hair like that because I can. I wear my clothes like that because I can. It won't leave my head. And I think I like it.
This is like, there should be a song exorcist who comes around and saves people when this happens. Now, well, I was thinking of you, Joe, when you got a parody head like you, do you start making up parody fucking things right away?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I mean, I grew up playing the drums too, so I'd always like try to make up drum beats, and I think it's just translated over that musical side to
so
parody
you try to
songs.
drum beat no matter what.
Yeah, to anything.
Drum parody. You should get into that.
That's $1 million idea.
I doubt it.
That's perfect.
You're gonna be a star.
By the way, speaking of musicians that get stuck in your head, open mic Eagle tonight on the At Midnight show.
Oh, very cool. I'm going to watch.
Yeah.
Points for Mike Eagle.
Points for Mike Eagle.
Points.
Let me start you off with some points.
What's the point?
Mike Eagle will win, or else Chris Hardwick is the biggest racist known to man.
Definitely.
I agree.
He's going to win this hashtag war.
I hope
Points.
so. Points.
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 Points to everybody.
Points.
Points.
That's such a big smile on his face. Points.
Points.
Okay.
No points. It's like that fucking dick that comes on right before, pardon the interruption, and he'll fucking just give out points himself based on what he thinks.
Such an
and
asshole.
then mute people.
The guy's a piece of garbage.
What's that guy's name?
Let's start with a K, I think.
Oh, yeah, cockfuck. That's the guy that Dave went to school with. He said Dave went to school with that.
Tony Reale.
Oh, Tony Reale, the
Yeah.
around the horn guy. Yeah.
And then Dave went to this fucking, kind of upscale Catholic school, like a private school. But now he sees Tony Reale, and Tony's like, yeah, I'm from New York. And fucking Dave is like, you're from South Jersey.
Oh, I hate when people do that.
Because he was born in Staten Island. But now he's like, back in New York is different, You get pizza there. There he is wearing his ashes.
He's got his
wearing his
ashes
ashes on.
This dude, because he hosted Around the Horn, which is another points show where they give up points and comments. And that one started getting stuck in the head when I'd watch that show so much in like middle school, high school, that with my friends, when I was done watching it, if they'd make a good point, in my head, I'd hear the like, bloop, bloop, like I give them, like that's a 2 points worthy comments kind of thing.
That's retarded.
It's retarded, Dan.
Here's our buddy Chef Darren. Chef Darren.
Hey, guys, since October, I've had the Ramones Pet Cemetery stuck in my head.
Yeah, but that's a great song.
That's not a bad one to have stuck in your head.
Yeah, but the whole part of don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery over and over again in the shower just kind of gets repetitive when you hear it in your head.
But I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery.
No.
I agree with him.
I don't want to live my life again.
It's a good song, though.
And 4 o'clock today, we look back.
GPS. That's Channel 27 Deep Tracks.
Are you going to do a pre-show scope?
I can. I have a big meeting after the show.
What's your big meeting?
With all of us? Are we having a meeting?
I'm already off that.
No! See? You
know
keep
what?
pushing it off. It's you!
Improv! That's what we do!
That's what we're doing now.
Yes,
Or,
and.
are you guys thinking what I'm thinking? Hindsight.
Hindsight. Hindsight. Hindsight. Hindsight.
How angry. We're having fun screaming it, but then, if all else fails, be ready for fucking hindsight. Because we're going to be doing it.
Impromptu hindsight.
Yeah. See, that's what you just did is improv tonight.
I know.
That's great.
Chris was already threatening. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna just get up there and yell, 'You stupid cocksucker!'"
You know, the other thing too.
Stand interactive.
What we could do is, if we run out of ideas, Chris can try on every pair of pants at the Hard Rock, and we'll bet on whether it'll look good or not.
Do you have any Luther Vandross pants?
Hey, you skinny little motherfucker. Suck my dick.
Fuck. Oh my. He's even covering his mouth like he can't believe what he's done.
Because
you're fucking done.
He's getting
Chris is never going to drop that.
Nope. All right, Chris Stanley's shit list. Number
You're going to
one.
end up working Christmas Eve.
Number one, Joey Jojo. Number two, Tom Sharpling. That's the fucking shit list, Joe. You just made it.
I'm number one.
You passed Sharpling.
Oh no.
Congratulations, Sharpling. You fucking dropped to second place.
I knew that you would start and warm up to Sharpling.
I knew it too, because come on, he makes great points.
He makes great points. He makes great points. He makes great points. Why did we ever get into that? Tell you it was stuck in your head.
Well, how could you not?
And, Joe, weren't you supposed to do a fucking
Joe,
parody
you know
song of
that's what I
Weeks ago.
wanted.
Well, I actually have it.
He makes great points. He makes great points.
It's exactly the same thing as we did. We
Yeah.
song with a bet.
Where's the verses?
It's a great point.
Keith and Trenton.
I don't get Jingles stuck in my head. I get my wife's shitty country music stuck in my head.
That can
I put
happen.
like
That's those are Jingles.
I get like songs where I put like bad words in them, like I'm sucking dicks on a plane.
This is something you want to do, Keith. Go for it.
The worst part is when my niece was in the car, I almost start singing that part out loud.
Oh, yeah, well, you should, because you really do need to go to jail. Here's House in Mississippi.
Hey, I got Iron Man from Black Sabbath stuck in my head, but it's not just the song, it's the opening part, and I always have to make this sound for the drum beat when it comes in, and it's just driving my wife and my kids crazy with it.
Just do what you do in front of your wife and kids.
So I just started doing na 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 pleckle every single time, and they just go nuts.
Gail, remember when you were a little kid?
Yes. We made up a parody song about one of our fellow students.
It was your first, you were what, first or second grade?
Yeah, we were in second grade, and I think one of our friends was teasing her, our friend Sarah, and someone was teasing her and called her a smarty pants. And then she said, in retort, I am a smarty pants. My pants know all about the Taj Mahal. Because she had just done a report a few days before on the Taj Mahal. So then we started singing, smarty pants. That's what Sarah is, 'cause I said so. She said her pants know all about the Taj Mahal.
And then you guys get in trouble
Yeah,
for
we
it?
got in trouble. We got in trouble. We got sent to the principal.
And I get a call, and the story's told me, and I go like this. I don't give a fuck, Great.
It's a funny song.
Yeah, and for $8,000 a year, don't fucking call me with these problems.
We got called in a few times because of her. She couldn't take a joke.
No, some kids are like that. They're fucking sensitive.
We also told her we were on drugs once. We were all pretending we were on drugs, and she was freaked out. We're like, we're in second grade. You know we're not on drugs, dude.
There's always some kid, like when you're in second or third grade, that you can scare with Tic Tacs. Like, we're all taking these pills.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Actually, okay, I remember exactly what it was. We were talking about wrestling, and she said wrestling is bad because they all take drugs. They all take steroids.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, well, that's what all the cool kids take. And so we were like making fun of her and then she was like, they're on steroids. And she went, and we had to go to the principal and be like, stop telling her that you're on drugs, specifically steroids that don't make any sense.
But you are ripped. Everybody was wondering about it.
Huge.
Roided up. The home runs in gym class.
Nick in Mass.
Hey, Ronnie B, I've had Zombie Jamboree by Rockapella in my head for 6 years.
Well, that's the type of thing that can happen to you, too. You know what I mean?
I heard it one time 6 years ago in a back room in a warehouse, and then I've been singing it to myself.
All right, let's take a listen.
Every year in Trinidad, they have what is known as...
What are you doing playing the Kingston Trio?
What is this? This is not it. This look on his face.
The Kingston Trio are from like 1961.
It was
I want it in my head. I want it in my head.
That will never be stuck in my head.
But what do you call those a cappella and they start to... And I can't even watch them.
Yeah, that's
when they
make barbershop quartet.
No, but I mean, just like there's 30 of them now in the fucking colleges.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The acapella
yeah, the
groups,
acapella groups.
Yeah, they're like, what are those shitty movies that they put out?
Pitch Perfect.
Yeah, Pitch Perfect is it. I can't even stand to look at people do that.
We had one at my college that I accidentally one time walked into. It was like a student center where you could like play games and stuff. And I didn't know that they were having a performance, and it was the a cappella group of my school, and they were so ridiculously bad. I couldn't even believe, like, I was in shock. I couldn't even move. And I believe the name of their group was, Choral Pleasure.
Yeah.
Choral Pleasure.
That and the improv groups always have those cutesy
The
names.
worst. The worst.
Look who it is. It's our old buddy, Blowhard. Hey, Blowhard.
What's up, brother?
Hey.
You know, New York radio's been invaded by those Car for Kids commercials that when I hear it now, I have to turn it off. They even have billboards at Citi Field for the Mets, and they sponsor. And you know what the charity actually is? When you hear Cars for Kids, it's not going to, like, cancer kids or anything. It's going to provide Jewish education for some group of Hasidics upstate New York. So it's not even like you hear Cars for Kids, you get sympathetic. But all you're doing is just buying, Torahs and sending kids to Israel, and they've been investigated by the DA, and I don't know if there's any scams, but they're everywhere. And how could a charity spend so much money? But the one commercial you talk about that stays in your head is those Peyton Manning commercials when he does chicken parm. It tastes so good.
I agree with him.
Every time I watch a football game, chicken parm. It tastes so good.
Yeah.
And you just can't stop saying it. And then they made a parody of the commercial when he's watching TV, and the woman on the it's a cooking show. And then she says, chicken parm, it tastes so good. He goes, I like it. I mean, it's just becoming so out of hand.
It's
out of
not
control.
Blowhard. Hey, Blowhard, if you get a chance to hear this GPS show that we did on New York
looking
Rock.
forward to it. I wish you could have taken calls.
Well, he was there for everything and basically used to stalk Blondie.
Yeah, I heard that you were a big Blondie fan.
I followed Debbie Harry about 15 to 20 blocks once down on St. Mark's Place, my buddy and I, and we saw her and we just started walking, and then she was like looking back, and we were headed over towards the east side even further, and I was only about 17 at the time. And then she just got into a cab. Like after a distance, she just saw that we were still there, but But you know what was great about those bands? They would hang out and party with you.
Sure.
Like, I'd go see the Dictators, and me and Mark Mendoza, the Animal, the bass player, we would hang out and just, smoke joints. And Fred Smith from from television, Tom Verlaine. You would see these guys because they would come in to check out other bands.
It's basically like seeing comics now. Like people are always.
The way you see Patti Smith walking by with Lenny Kaye.
Yeah.
And the thing was, you never bothered them. You just left them alone, unless it was Debbie Harry.
Or follow her. Yeah. But Blowhard always gets mad when people just play her pop stuff, because you said Blondie really fucking ripped it in those days, right?
Yeah, and they were great live, but the problem with CBGB's was that sometimes it would get so crowded because the bar was on the right side and the stage was all the way in the back, and it was such a narrow passageway that if you got there late, you'd have to stand like way back.
This isn't the shit.
Like when I first saw Living Color, when we first signed them at CBS Records, I had to stand like out in the street because there was like people just heard, like, I guess on the street, people talking about Living Color, and they packed the place. And then there were some bands that went unnoticed, like the Student Teachers, the Bloodless Pharaohs, who was Brian Setzer's band. And then over at Max's, you would see Johnny, what's his face?
Thunders?
Johnny, I'm having a brain fart.
Rotten, Johnny Thunders, Johnny Cash, Johnny Carson.
Johnny Football.
Downstairs was the restaurant, and you go downstairs and you can get a burger. Then you go upstairs.
Cheeseburger,
bacon cheeseburger,
Well,
fries.
there was a sign and it said chickpeas.
Oh.
So that was a weird thing on the sign.
That's okay.
But upstairs, like, Johnny Thunders was always like looking like for people to buy him drinks.
Yeah.
He'd always wear a Heartbreakers jacket. And I would go and see like the Dolls solo. Like Sylvain would play by himself and had a semi-hit. Johansson put together a great band in the late 70s that would tour everywhere. But it was just like I said, it was so different, and it wasn't like the rock stars that, classic rock stars who treat themselves like rock gods. And by the way, that rock god's phone number is blasphemy if you ask me, but I'll accept it.
What's that?
That rock god's phone number you got. It's a little blasphemy going on, but I'll accept it.
To rock or to God?
I think it's blasphemy to the Lord and Savior, because there's only one God. We know that.
Yeah, but people are like, you're always saying Peyton Manning is a football god.
I never say anybody's a god. Well,
yeah, you do.
I remember before you said you were the god of hell's fire, and I bring you fire.
You said that?
Oh, my God.
All the
now
time.
you're talking about, hey, Pepper, do you know the song he's talking about?
No, I don't.
It's The Crazy World of Arthur Brown.
Rock god.
He's a rock god.
All right. I take it back. You got me on that one.
Yeah. All right.
You got me, guys. Well, have a good afternoon. And
You
Ronnie,
too, Blowhard.
Special?
Yeah, 4:00 again on today.
Deep Tracks Channel 27. Check it out.
Channel 27 at 4 o'clock. I will be listening, guys. Thank you.
All right. Peace.
Talk to you later. Bye. The Blowhard. The Brooklyn Blowhard.
That's what they call him.
I used to call him the heckler. The geographical heckler was the first thing he was on WNEW, and people would call up, and if they were from Pittsburgh, he would just attack everything. He basically roasted Pittsburgh.
Nice.
And then the guy, you know what I mean? He would just, if you mention what city you were, he would just attack everything in your city. Blowhard is banned for life out of Vet Stadium for getting into a fist fight with a Philly fanatic. And quite frankly, he lost. But that was one of my favorite stories. I think that was the first story you ever told me. I just laughed my ass off. All right, we need to break you. We haven't broke it all yet today, right? One more time, you could go see our buddy Dan. Dan, give out the stuff for Hindsight.
So it's Hindsight. It's at Cantina Royale in Williamsburg this Friday, November 13th at 8 p.m. You can go to New York Comedy Festival, nycf.com, and search Hindsight for tickets.
Now, Gail, you're going to that?
I am going.
Joe, you're going?
I'll be there.
Nice.
Chris?
I'll be in Billyburg.
Will you be going though?
I'll be in Billyburg.
I would love to come myself. I'm supposed to be sitting on my couch that night, though.
Damn.
Yeah. Watching TV, a little show called Undateable, which also periscopes. And I want to catch it now before it's canceled.
Periscope or show?
No. Your periscopes get more people watching than their TV show.
Coming right at you, NBC.
I didn't watch any of the Republican debates last night, did you?
No, I did not.
I caught some of the clips today, but
The headline said it was a draw. Everyone tied.
Really?
I just don't like the debates, and I don't think they're helpful to anybody.
I can watch one, maybe two, before.
You're already burned on it then.
But yeah. And when I heard about this one, I was like,
when I hear people say, like, that Jeb Bush is a real bad debater, I'm like, who gives a fuck? Doesn't mean shit. He's not running for debater of the United States.
Then I'd understand, totally.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well have a sack race and go, you know what? Trump won that sack race. He's the best. Just doesn't make sense to me.
I don't think it's the best way to showcase how someone is going to be a president at all.
Well, let's say this. If you think of any of our bosses, do you think any of them would be good debaters?
Mm-mm.
And they're in management positions. But you wouldn't be like, oh, my boss is a great debater. He'll debate anybody about anything. That would be a bad person.
Yeah.
If every time that you came to him with a problem, he just started debating you.
In fact, if someone is good in the debates, I would be suspicious of them and assume that they probably won't be a good president.
Because they're unhinged. They have nothing to lose. So they're just going to say whatever crazy shit that's the most interesting.
The thing is, I was always a good debater with girlfriends. Until they yelled, "You're trying to make me crazy." And because I was guilty. I was guilty as charged. So my debating skills became incredibly good.
Oh, yeah. Gaslighting is a great debate. It's great.
Gaslighting is the perfect thing. Why would I ever do that? Do you hear yourself right now?
You know what you just said, right?
You hear yourself.
I'm actually worried you're crazy. The way you're talking, you sound crazy
Listen
right
to
now.
what you just said.
Are you taking pills or do you need to take pills? But in the meantime, you never answer the question. Mm-mm. You gaslight their asses. Because I saw you last night.
What?
You're probably asking him that because you're cheating on me. That's why you're saying that. You're so guilty. You're accusing me of what you've done.
There's a lot on me right now, and no looking in a mirror.
I'm going to write down what you just said so you can see it.
I feel crazy, actually. You're right. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry.
You know what? Let's just drop it.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, let's just let it go. So that's what they should start fucking doing. And Gaslight, by the way, is from the Hitchcock film.
Yeah. Where he was actually gaslighting someone.
He gaslighted this bitch.
Gaslighted the shit out of her.
Well, that's used to be how you had to get rid of a woman before divorce was easy. Right. You had to. Well, Roosevelt Island was a place that you sent your crazy wife so that you could be with your new lover.
Yeah.
So rich dudes would get a doctor to say that their wife was crazy. They put him in a fucking rowboat, sent him over there to that goddamn typhoid island, and let him sit there while they went out on the town. We're like, I got to start seeing people because she's on Crazy Island.
She's crazy.
Send her to the lighthouse.
She's nuts.
She keeps saying I'm cheating on her and keeps saying I'm beating her. She's nuts.
All right, let's break. Right back. This is Bennington. Yeah, welcome back. It's the Bennington Show on a Wednesday. 1 week away from our Bennington family Thanksgiving on Broadway at the Hard Rock Cafe, home of Hard Rock Johnny and the Bottomless Margarita.
Can't wait for that margarita.
Well, you won't drink any because the glass is bottomless. And it just pours out all over the floor.
This is a terrible idea.
What a waste.
Yeah, it turned out to be a bad idea, if I'm going to be totally honest about it. Gail's right. Our buddy Open Mike Eagle on TV tonight at midnight. Change that to tomorrow night. And Fluffy is getting a weekly show on Raw Dog. What's his actual name?
Gabriel Iglesias.
Gabriel Iglesias.
Very cool.
Yeah. I don't know what he'll be doing, just playing some of his friends' comedy and his comedy, stuff like that. Over on the iBang, the new cartoon that everybody's talking about, and that's the Moonbeam City. Moonbeam City. All right, is it on tonight or not? I just copied it from the thing last night. So it's tonight.
It's tonight, but
Yeah.
it's confusing because midnight technically is tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's tonight will be the night that you watch it.
But when we add things to what we're doing, let's specifically put the way it would be that day, too. Like if you wrote that last night, like, hey, here's something for tomorrow night. Instead, let's write it for tonight.
Got it.
I think everybody should just talking straight. You know, not even here. Let's do a thing. Just boom, put it up there. The Brazil Miss Bum Bum 2015 has been crowned.
Oh.
And oddly, oddly, it's a girl with a big S. There's oh my God, those things where it looks like a massive, well, I don't even want to say because it ruins the S. But I wonder when the ass backlash will finally take place.
The ass lash?
It's not going anywhere right now. I mean, it's going to be a while, I think, before people get sick of that giant ass.
Like, when are they going to start wanting skinny butts? Because it always swings around.
Everything changes, like ties. You know what I mean? Asses go like ties. Sometimes they're a wide tie. Sometimes they're a very thin tie.
I say we have another 6 years of ass obsession.
Wow.
Yeah, 6, dude.
You're a modern-day Nostradamus when you can look into men's ass desires and see when they start to fluctuate.
He also just looks into men's asses.
What's going on in there, buddy? Need some help?
I don't know which one of you is grosser right now. Save that for the live show. This would have been perfect. Fuck. Dump out of it, and then we'll do it like it's live.
Just play that clip, actually.
I say within 3 years, Brazil's going to change to a Miss Tit Tit contest.
Now, they're not known for their, well, at least they're not.
These girls are, though.
But not their natural breasts. Isn't the stereotype of Brazilian girls that they're kind of flat-chested with big butts?
I don't do stereotypes.
Oh,
okay?
that's really progressive of you.
Yeah, I don't even think all Asians have tilted eyes, and I'll say that right now, like a pinball machine. Bam, bam. They're all winners to me.
Mm-hmm.
I would look at them the same way I look at the New York Marathon when I yell, "You're all winners! You're all winners!"
It's their continent's greatest achievement, is that this Miss Bum Bum competition.
You don't think it's soccer?
Nope, it's the Bum Bum competition.
Now, you say continent, but the Argentinians aren't known for big asses, right?
I don't think they are.
Colombians?
No. I mean, as South Americans, they have nice asses, but Brazil, dominates the giant ass.
No, this is something, because of World Cup, you get to see beautiful women at those things where we never could before. And I'm going to tell you, a group of women are just stunning. Uruguay. Women that go to Uruguay soccer games are phenomenal.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know specifically.
I picked up two World Cups ago because Uruguay went a little further than people expected.
Right.
And the women were just showing up, just going mad, just being crazy about it. Joe's trying to find us pictures of Uruguay women.
Uruguay porn. That's not what we're asking for.
Come on, Joe. Dude, seriously. This isn't fucking porn viewing time.
When is?
He goes to Urugay.com. Make sure Cashmere's laughing at that.
He's loving it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Send him in. Because I don't
Why is he frowning and crossing his arms?
Crying. No, send him in here.
Go, Cash.
Talk nice to Cash.
Talk nice to everybody, Chris.
Everyone
I was
really.
being nice. I was being happy, up guy.
No, you weren't. You talk
No.
to people like they're shit.
You order these kids around.
And I'll tell you something else.
Hi, Cash.
Cash and you have got to do another fashion scope.
I would love to have a fashion scope. Let's plan post-show.
Here's what I want you to do: a fashion show on round-eyed Asian people.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it can happen.
All right.
You know,
Big on trend, yeah, definitely a
it's in vogue.
2016 thing. Yeah.
there was a Japanese family I know, and their cousin was born with very round eyes, and the mother said, "It's such a shame."
You're not mine.
When I said you're a gay.com, right? Does that hurt your feelings?
I
Does it
was
make you upset?
no, it's a
Okay.
cross culture thing, yeah, because there are gay
Okay.
people in Uruguay.
Well,
and
wait, even there?
Even I just saw a tweet about it. Yeah, like a few
Now-
days ago they just moved in.
When you were a kid, did you look to make sure you know where gay people came from? Like if there was a gay.
That's why I watch Rent. Yeah.
You're
yeah,
you're
I
a
was just like,
fan
oh,
of Rent.
Alphabet City. Yeah, that's where they all are.
Yeah.
That's where I came from.
But there's something about gay people that always got to me. Why are their stereotypes true no matter where you are in the world?
It really isn't. Yeah, because I like when I went abroad and I traveled around, everybody all looks. It's every club plays the same music. It's not really like you go like, oh, the cultures. There's no like little coffee shop. I think it's just because we like the same like pop dancey music, and we all like to look like wear tight clothes and dance around. Yeah, there's no really.
No gay guys like to rock. There's not like no gay guy's gonna. I love fucking Metallica. When I fucked a Metallica, it's just the best thing ever.
Life changing.
Doesn't happen that way.
No, I can't name a Metallica song.
That's interesting though, isn't it?
But I'd say I like it and then leave a conversation. Be like, yeah, Metallica's great.
But you're right that the stereotypes seem to be universal. Like,
yeah.
It doesn't seem to be a learned behavior. Like young kids who are gay, it's like there's no way to hide for most of them.
It's like you see like the 5 like clips of like 5-year-olds dancing at the mall to like DDR, and it's just like a
always
little kid doing like a Celine Dion breakdown. You're like, that's
always my favorite thing in the world.
It's so funny.
Yeah, that's just terrific. Now, when did you know, Joe?
Oh, I'm not gay, guys.
Okay.
I'll stop staying late.
Guys.
Yeah.
I was getting mixed messages.
I thought
I'm
you were.
sorry.
You know what?
I thought you guys, you were a hard
You had
worker.
every right to get that mixed message. As a matter of fact, we were told a very famous gay person was clocking you, but we got it from Jam Band, and I don't know whether he was playing a trick on all of us, but we were all excited
We were
about
excited.
it.
And I hope it's true.
I dream journaled about it.
Because
Yeah.
I think of metal shows, right?
Yeah.
Closeted gays. You know what I mean? Like,
Sure, yeah.
Because it's all guys. They're slamming against each
Very
other.
aggressive.
Sweaty.
Yeah, they're sweaty.
Leather,
they're
yeah.
pushing. Yeah, leather.
Leather daddies.
Yeah, big leather daddies. Matter of fact, one of the most famous metal singers of all time, gay. Out. Nobody ever had a problem with it. Even back in the days when people, used to keep closet about that. By the way, do you think you know who the HIV guy is? The straight HIV star? You had to guess?
Ooh. I would say Russell Brand. If I feel like he has something. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, maybe that's why him and Katy Perry. Oh, going back to maybe that's why they had to.
You love Katy Perry.
Oh, always. She's made the most money in 2015.
That's why you. That's why he's spreading rumors about Russell Brand.
You don't like T-Swift? We're doing a smear campaign.
Wait a minute. Sam in Illinois.
Yeah, you guys are talking about gay guys don't rock. The guitarist in Metallica is gay.
Which one? What's his name?
The long curly-haired one. I don't know his name, but
He's gay?
yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, I don't know. Google
Maybe
it.
him and Sam at a special night, but
What's his name again?
Something with a U.
Kirk Hammett.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Kirk is the kind of Hispanic-looking guy.
Yeah, yeah.
No, he's not gay.
I
He's
don't
not
think
gay? I think he is.
All these articles say that he appears to be.
What?
That he's not.
Why would it say he appears to be gay?
I don't know.
New York Times.
Yeah.
They said, though he appears to be gay, he claims straightness.
I met him backstage like years ago, like in the 80s. I was taking a nephew to see the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we go backstage and the record guy says, hey, this, Kurt Hammett, this is Ron Bennington. He's got a show, a radio show here. And he was like this, whoa, all right. It was like the cutest thing. It was still like, whoa, I met a guy from the radio. I'm like, you're in fucking Metallica. I know it's all still kind of new to you because this is like 88, 89, but you're in a better position.
He's been married twice to ladies. Okay.
Look who it is. It's intern Molly. Hello, Molly.
Hey, you guys.
Hi, Molly.
Yeah.
Hey, so you know how you're talking about how gay stereotypes are, like, sort of universal?
Yeah.
I've been pondering this for the past 5 minutes, and I think it has something to do with the fact that standards for masculinity are also kind of universal. Like, you know, macho men all across the world have kind of the same thing going on, and a lot of times gay guys are, like, you know, they do what they're doing, you know, like, subconsciously because it's taboo. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know if I would agree with that, though. Do you? I mean, when you look at a lot of things that are considered macho in other countries, they seem gay to us, like Spanish guys.
Just European men in general, like, all just seem very effeminate.
There are no straight men in Italy. Everyone's bi.
Yeah, right. Everyone just wants sex. Yeah, yeah.
I had a friend who was an older guy, and he was a radio guy. And he used to go to Italy, and he would make him do the show, because he said, you're not gay in Italy until you have anal. Everything else was okay. And he was like, fuck it. I got money. I'm going to Italy. And he used to go over there and just go fucking buck wild at the time of his life with these guys who then, you know, their family was like, he's not gay. He just jerks off guys into his face.
Yeah. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when I went to Italy, that was a conversation. I got into a group with a group of guys, and they were saying, yeah, you guys always think that we're gay, but it's just, you know, because we use our hands when we talk. We like fashion. I was like, yeah, totally. And he's like, you know, we also kiss to say hello. That probably seems gay. And I was like, yeah, that's probably what it is. And he's like, and also, it's not a big deal to do oral sex with a man. It doesn't. And we're like, wait, hold on. What was the last one you said? I'm like, well, that's not a gay thing. To you it is? Do you guys find that gay? Or?
That's what I've been telling my friends. They're not picking it up. I tell them it's a culture thing.
You're just very European.
It's Arthur Avenue up there.
Molly, you worked everything out with Joey Jojo?
Yeah, we're on fine terms. I would say we're cordial.
But you were mad for a while, right?
Yeah, I was.
And I've never seen you mad at anybody.
Somebody's sister peeing in the cup, and feel like, you know, your relationship's going to be the same after that. So.
Molly, I told you, I thought it was funny at the time.
What part was funny? You saying it or her doing it?
I guess all of it, but I was immature back then, okay?
But this was only a couple weeks ago. So you made up that she peed in the cup? That never happened?
No, that did happen.
Okay.
So now it's getting worse.
So why are you still talking about it?
You're right.
That's what I don't get. I thought we established that, you know, we were cool.
Okay, yeah.
And then you're coming at my sister, so.
But I like the fact that you stick with your family, Molly. I think it's great.
Yeah, you got it. Family's all you have, you know?
I hope not. I hope I got more than that.
Family plus, that's what I'd like.
Yeah. I'd feel bad, like, hey, even now, I got the same thing as a baby. Nothing else. Nothing else was able to pick up on.
You remember when you talked, Ron, about how family is kind of like a giant Ponzi scheme that you,
right?
Like, you know, you pay your dues basically just to benefit the guy at the top.
It only works for the elderly. They're the ones who tell you family is the most important because they need someone to drive them to the doctor.
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving's coming up, and I'm already getting a lot of favor requests. Please bring me this from Boston. Can you pick me up? So yeah.
Well, your mom is abusive. Your dad's great.
Her mom needs a magnum of White Zinfandel.
Okay, Chris.
My parents were like unreachable for a week, and neither my sister nor I could figure out where they are. Their phones were off. They weren't answering emails. It turns out that they just spontaneously went to Turks and Caicos.
You went to where?
Turks and Caicos.
You know, her parents are like the people in that song "The Way." Remember that song from the 90s?
Yes. And it was to see the road that they're walking is paved in gold.
Molly, do you graduate this year?
Yep, graduating in May.
Wow. All grown up.
She grows up, she grows up, and she grows up.
Yeah, it's crazy. But you know, I'm ready. I don't know. I mean, college is great, but there's more to life than a tailgate, you know?
Seems like it's time for a master's degree.
Nope, not at all.
Go for the doctorate.
No, I'm not an academic. That is not my calling.
You said that you were. That was your favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, sitting in class I don't know. I'd rather be out in the world, you know?
By the way, a lot of people are mad at Joe from a story you did on the iBank, too. Was the Missouri protesters turned on the photographer?
Oh,
because
yeah.
you turned on the douchey student photographer.
I did write that, yes.
And people were wondering why you thought that he was douchey, why you...
Okay, well, this is my side behind it. So the guy, they're trying to make a human fence, and they're trying to make a human fence and push that fence forward, peacefully protesting. And this kid would not take the hint, and he would not leave. So I get the right, you get to photograph, you're there peacefully too.
Right.
But at the same time, everyone's literally telling you, dude, you're not helping. Please move. We're trying to do something here. And he's, he works for the Man-Eater, the University of Missouri newspaper. That's not, okay, cool. You're going to have the scoop on the Man-Eater. Great.
They
Everyone's
only come out
covering
at
this.
night. But, that's still his gig. I mean, you can act like, all right, because you're not at Time Magazine, you're not a journalist. Go down and check out some of the comments. Let's see how people, or maybe I guess they were commenting on Twitter about it as well. But were people mad at you in there, Joe?
Yeah. Yeah. What fucking idiot decided that the kid photographer is a douchebag?
Joe.
Is one question.
You're the fucking idiot.
Another guy said, clearly a case where everybody wants to be right when everybody's wrong.
Hey, you guys, sorry, I have to leave, but I just wanted to...
Bye, darling.
Bye, Molly.
Bye, Molly. Molly, bye. Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Bye, Molly.
Bye, Molly.
Bye, Molly.
Bye, Molly.
Why were we all doing
That was
this?
really annoying.
I don't even know her, and I just got right into it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Mom
That was
mentality.
fun. PJ, what's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going?
What do you say?
You were mentioning the stereotypes there a second ago, and I've always wondered, stereotypically, gay men are good-looking and in shape.
Yeah, go on.
Gay women, if you think about the stereotype, there are certainly some attractive gay women, but the stereotype, it's the butch look.
Oh, I don't know, man. I think this is the.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Well, I think this is the time of the lesbian.
Just let me finish.
Go
Then
ahead.
you flip the switch, and you got heterosexual women who in most cases are attractive, and you got heterosexual men like myself, but ugly. So shouldn't we, if we want to improve the appearance of our species, have the gay men have children with our heterosexual women?
Well, first of all, it's not our job to make our species prettier. But other than that, I certainly disagree on the lesbian women thing. They are, it's their time. They're in the forefront right now.
Yeah. Also,
and style and everything.
and that's not even saying like, oh, not all lesbian women are butch. Like the butch women are hot too. Like that's like
Yeah.
such a great look.
Yeah, that's what's, I forget what comics were saying you need to hang out. You have to have one lesbian in your crew. We
Yeah.
were just talking about that the other day. But I think that's going to be left behind for the trans. It's all about the trans.
Yeah.
And really, gay guys are just boring suburban people now.
Gotta step it up.
Yeah.
I know.
It used to be the biggest thing, like, we're bringing a gay to the party. It's going to be fantastic.
He's my friend and he's gay.
He's very
so-
gay, but we're close.
Bachelor.
Yeah.
I think you guys are really going to like him. He's very gay.
I know Fez was very disappointed when he came out and no one gave a fuck. He really wanted it to be big.
Yeah, I think, the biggest challenge is probably your own family or any personal ties, anybody would have
he'll
a
never
problem.
win them over.
Yeah, so that's the only thing
Yeah,
the
you're never
world
gonna
is
win
ready
them
for you.
over. Yeah, the world doesn't. The world is, there's an entire generation that has grown up. Now, there's an amazingly attractive woman that just went by.
I missed it.
But she was leaving Sandra's show. There's a whole generation of kids that were kind of raised not to be judgmental about other people.
Yeah.
So
the
as soon
future.
as soon as my generation dies out, no one's ever going to bring it up again.
Soon, we all hope.
Yeah. Well, if you go by my friends, it's happening faster, but that was even in high school. They started fucking falling out. What is it, Chris?
I just realized I forgot my brand new selfie stick downstairs from the Scope Talk Live earlier in the day.
You just realized this?
All right, 1-844 rock god to win. 1-844 rock god to win. Big prize.
I have to get downstairs to try to find.
Wait, but I want people to have the chance to win when you get lost. 844 rock god. 844 rock god.
It's just an elevator ride down. I mean,
no one believes you, Chris.
Everyone should believe me. I need to go get that selfie stick.
You know, I'm always sticking up for him, but I'm
Selfie sticking up. Yeah, we all went for it. Yeah, go ahead.
Forget it.
No, go ahead. We want you to say
Forget it.
No, we want you to do it right. Go ahead.
Trying to think he's going to get lost.
No. So you didn't even sell it, though. You sold it like...
Who cares? You guys have your funny jokes about selfie sticks. And I'm not even involved. And I made up Hindsight. Get out! Get out of my room! Everyone out of the studio.
You sure I can't get you something to eat first, honey?
Get out! I'm not hungry!
Okay, but if you want a little something, I'll leave a sandwich out.
I never asked to be bored.
I know no one does, honey, but you gotta eat.
I'm never eating again because of the selfie stick thing you guys said.
Well, you know what? They meant it in a fun way.
It wasn't fun for me.
I know, but if anybody wants to win and win easy, when Chris gets lost,
Not getting
844 Rock God. 844 Rock God to win a big prize. What's the prize going to be?
The prize.
The John Lennon guitar? Because that would be unbelievable.
Are you kidding
I
me?
just spent all my savings on that guitar. I don't want to give it out.
All right.
It's the signed album, Guitar Town, signed by Steve Earle.
Love this album.
That's a good one.
Love that man.
I don't know what you guys are talking about because I'm going down to get that selfie stick. I'll be right back.
You're not.
Mm-mm.
We'll be back here with that stick.
Selfie stick. Yeah.
Steve Earle.
It's a
I
good
haven't
prize.
seen him around here. He does shows for Outlaw Country. He must be out on the road or something.
Road dog?
I think he lives in Brooklyn. He's not.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
There he comes.
Where's he going?
He's going the wrong way. This is weird.
You could even stay in the other studio and do that bit. You don't have to go that far away. Hold on here. Hey, John, what's up? John, you're on the air.
Hey, Ron, how are you?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
I just want to figure out where Stanley is.
Well, let's wait until he gets fake lost, and I'll let you. I'll let you be the. Well, look, just stay on here. Chris, do your lost bit.
Hey, Ron, I got lost again.
See, John, I know it.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I don't know where I am. I was trying to find that selfie stick, and I stumbled. Now I'm just lost.
Oh, Christ, where am I? Where am I? Where am I?
It's time for Where Am I?
Christ, where am I?
If you can figure it out, you can win.
Oh, God, where am I?
Brought to you by Wyndham Hotels and Resorts, part of the Wyndham family of brands. There's a Wyndham waiting.
So, do you want to give us the fake clues like you're looking around, Chris?
No, this isn't fake. I'm actually in this random city. Now, here's one clue that I figured out.
Yeah.
I'm in a border town.
Oh, he's in a border town, John.
What the hell does that mean? You know,
all right, can I guess, Chris?
Yeah.
Are you in Brownsville, Texas?
No, I am not.
That's on the border there.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to guess St. Louis, Missouri. Is that a border town?
Anyone that's close to another state
bordering
is a
something.
border town.
Yeah.
You know? Pittsburgh's
Not in
really
St.
big.
Louis. Not in St. Louis. Wrong. Damn
incorrect.
it, Stanley.
Well, give us another fake clue, Chris.
Okay, all right. The band R.E.M. has a song named after this city.
Rockville?
No.
Rockville? Don't go back?
No.
Don't go back to Rockville and fake another clue. Alex. Alex, we got you, buddy? We're asking people to name REM songs. Here's Diane. Diane.
El Paso.
El Paso,
El
the West
Paso.
Texas town of El Paso.
Wrong.
Oh, incorrect. Give us another fake clue, Chris. Look around for a fake clue.
Oh, no, it's totally real. All right, there's a sign here. It says, NFL quarterback Ryan Mallett is from this city.
Wow. I didn't even know he was an NFL quarterback.
Wow, Ryan Mallett.
The Ryan Mallett?
The 1-7 Houston Texans quarterback?
Dan in Florida.
Yo, how are you guys?
Good. Can you find Ryan Mallett?
Let me see. Ryan Mallett plays for the Texans, and it's not El Paso. So, where? What about Arkansas? Little Rock? No,
Little Rock, Arkansas.
Nope, not Little Rock, dog.
Oh, incorrect. Little Rock Dog is adorable. Little Rock Dog and I don't care. Little Rock Dog and I don't care. Little Rock Dog and I don't care. Chris is not really lost.
Yes,
Hey, do you
I
know
am.
that you can't sing together on a phone?
I know, it drives me crazy. Me and my mom always sing together. Not on purpose, but one of us will start
Yeah.
singing, then the other one will try to join, and it just gets really
It's
confusing.
impossible.
It's really,
Yeah.
Have you ever
I
tried to
didn't
sing
know.
with
I didn't
someone on
know
a
that
cell
was a
phone?
thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's-
Cannot be done.
It can't be done. Something about the satellite
Technology.
Another
Are you
fake-
still lost?
Oh, I just saw you, Chris. You're in the hall. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. We don't even have to give away Guitar Town.
All right, this is the city where they pick up the beer in Smokey and the Bandit.
They pick up what?
The beer in Smokey and the Bandit. This is where they pick up the beer. This is the city that they're going to.
What year is this? Dave.
I'm going to say Cuyahoga.
Yeah, that's it, right? Chris?
Cuyahoga?
No, it's not. No.
Oh, incorrect. Give another clue.
Okay. All right. This city is split down the middle between Texas and Arkansas. I'm on the Texas side. It's split between Texas and Arkansas.
Okay.
Ed.
Ed?
Ed?
Is this Ed?
Texarkana.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Chris is in the hall called Texarkana.
The Where Am I game show segment is presented by Wyndham Hotels and Resorts. There's a Wyndham waiting. Save up to 15% when you book 7 days in advance at Wyndham.com. Terms and conditions at Wyndham.com.
Love the Wyndham.com.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great place to, get hotel rooms.
Yeah, just past John Fuel.
Oh, okay, you see.
Texarkana too.
Now, why do all the gay guys like her?
I was actually reading an article about that this morning. She just relates in a way, like tells stories and uses names that are just names that like about people that we would, like gay people don't really care about.
Oh.
Yeah, like she'll be like talk about like an Oprah and a Barbara Streisand. You're like, oh, Nate, yeah.
Yeah, but there's a lot of gay comics. You guys never seem to promote them.
I don't know. Yeah.
What's her name again?
Kathy Griffin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kath.
She's good.
Oh, Kath.
She's good.
Kathy G.
You're good, honey.
You.
10 out of 10.
Keep making those jokes and we'll keep laughing.
You were good.
You're good.
Yo.
Yeah, Chris.
Found the selfie stick, guys.
Maybe you
Found
should stop using that arm of yours and the doctor will stop yelling at you.
He is very mad at me. He said my arm has to be in the sling for an extra week.
You know why I'm not mad at you?
Why?
Because it ain't my arm. It's up to you.
I wanted to get better.
Doesn't seem like it.
I do.
I think you like the attention.
No, Chris, remember when you... Yeah, it's true. He likes it. He gets everybody to sign his sling.
Sign it, please.
Could you sign my sling? I'm going to put on there tough break.
I'm going to sign it Millpool.
How about you, Joe?
I'm gonna sign it. Let's go out bowling.
Oh God!
Why?
Come
would
on,
you say
dude.
that?
Come on.
You are not a Kathy Griffin.
God
damn it!
You are not good.
You are not good.
You should quit. Look at me. Quit. We got some young comedians stopping in here today that are all part of something called the Comedy.
We have
Is that it?
We have Evan Williams and Nick Mullen coming in from New York's Funniest. New York's Funniest stand-up competition is happening this Sunday, November 15th at 4 p.m. at Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City. It's Evan Williams and Nick Mullen.
They're good.
They are good.
They're good.
They're in the running.
You're on your way, young man.
They're going to do
You're
it.
on your way.
They're going to bring it.
I'm going to see you in a half-hour comedy hour before you know it.
Because you're good.
I'm going to see you 1:30 in the morning with Comics Talking Crazy with Byron Allen. Is that the name of the show? Have you guys ever seen that? Where Byron just sets up their jokes all night?
Comics Unleashed.
Oh yeah, I have seen that. Yeah.
Comics Unleashed. There's no leash on these comics, motherfucker.
I like Comics Talking Crazy better, personally.
These comics talking crazy.
Cray.
Oh, that reminds me. I had an idea for a bit. Remind me of it later, because you never do, Chris.
I will remind you later.
Oh, by the way, I got this email from an old friend of mine who about the mail stuff. So she says, a few years back, you won a Super Bowl bet for me. For $200, I sent like a money order to you.
What?
And I thought that you just never brought it up. But did you get that money? And I said no. And it was another one of fucking Chris Stanley's mail rapes.
My God.
If there was a money order, I'd go straight to Ron
You know what I could use that money
Bennington.
for, Chris?
What's that?
Goods and services.
I know. We all love goods and services.
In my case, it was medicine. Much needed medicine.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Chris, how could you?
I'm sorry.
I'm dying because of Chris.
Those are his goods and services.
I love goods more than services.
I'm such a service person.
Honey, they're laughing because it sounds like you service people.
No. Come back.
Come back. Stop doing your character. Come back, honey. You're fine.
And scene.
And scene. You know, can I just say this? In the supporting role place, it was very important for me to apply that thing so it would get the most out of her.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So basically,
I felt that support so
yeah,
much.
I wasn't working for myself as much as I was working for the scene. You know, there's no such thing as small parts. There's only bad actors. That's what I like to say.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that to people when they just did a play. And they had a very small part.
Well, they don't take it well.
Well, like I say, we drove all the way out here for this. You could have done that fucking part over the phone to me. And then we could have tried to sing together.
We just won't be able to do it, though.
No, it can't be done. Your father and I have been trying to sing to each other on the phone. It's not working. See, that's Chris doesn't understand when people start talking about their parents.
He doesn't get it.
I don't know. Who are these people? What?
Those would have been the people that you loved. And the reason that you got such a dark heart.
Oh, it's deep and dark.
You know who your parents can be now?
Who?
The troops. Because it is Veterans Day.
I salute them.
Today.
Salute them?
Oh, and I want you to hear this too, Dan. This needs to be said to your fucking face. So I say, hey, it's Veterans Day. They're doing a parade down Fifth Avenue. Why don't we send Dan? And Chris says, no, Dan will be rude and get in trouble.
That's insane.
Okay, one example, the Polish jokes that were made
Right.
Constantly.
On New York 1.
Yeah, and it wasn't Polish. It was the bad thing, the N-word
Yes.
Polish jokes. And then I said this, if Dan does that, they'll attack him. And then I'm going, on the lighter side of the news, the local boy was bayoneted today. And then we went like this. When's the last time we had a war where we used bayonets? It's been a while. And I think they need to come back.
Oh, yeah. This country was founded on it.
I use them when I go hunting. And I also use it when I go to the shooting range. When I run out of bullets, I just run at the target, start bayoneting it. By the way, Chris, did you see Fargo yet?
Yes, I did, and it blew my fucking mind. I can't, no spoiler alerts, but when that person.
Let's give spoiler alerts instead of no. Okay,
The spoiler alert is the good thing.
If you haven't seen Fargo, or what we've been calling it, Fartgo, you have 15 seconds to turn off your radio before we start spoiling. That's 15 seconds from right now. 10 seconds to spoils. 5 seconds, please, to spoils. And the spoiling begins. Fargo is by far the best TV series in the history of recorded time.
Unbelievable who they killed off.
First of all,
You jump right in.
What?
Spoiled. I told you before, no one is safe on the show. Any character could be killed at any given moment.
It shocked me. It made me afraid. It freaked me out. What went down. How many people are safe on the show that we know? I guess there were 2 people on the entire show.
2 people, because we know that their characters show up on the other year, and that's it.
Those are the only 2.
But if it wasn't for that, I think that they would be able to be killed too, and they still might kill them and act like they're being replaced by Gethards.
Oh, probably.
Wait, but they can't be Gethards, but that's what I keep calling them, because of Chris Gethard.
Gerhardt. But I wish it was Gethard. They're going to be replaced by Chris Gethard.
It just takes me back to fucking people saying that they go to ball games with Gethard. We don't.
That hurt me so bad.
Show.
You could hear me cut deep when he said
I know.
it. I was like, yeah, we've hung out several times on this show.
And I was looking at the radio and I go, fight back. Fight back. Make up a lie right now. I was in his wedding.
Well, I'm having an affair with him.
And another Chinese man.
I'm related to this story.
So don't tell him.
And he's a wonderful lover.
Quick, fast, tiny. So, this, you know what? We don't even need to do spoilers just to say it's the greatest fucking show.
It's so good.
It's the shit. It's so fucking fun.
You need to watch it is really the spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, it's good, and you should watch it.
Here's the spoiler. Turn off Tom Sharpling. And
Yeah.
Because it's on the same time as him, isn't it?
Yes, same time.
So
No, they're Monday. He's Tuesday. Tuesday night.
But I normally tape it unless
Yeah, sure.
then I watch
Monday Night
it.
Football, you watch Tuesday.
Yeah.
Turn off Sharpling, watch Fargo.
Listen, that's not the point, guys. The point
you're
is
getting
watch.
caught up into the wrong thing.
Like you will be happy if you start watching this show. Then you won't have to worry about spoils. You'll be getting
The spoils of war.
To the victor goes the spoils, and you'll be the victor if you tune in.
Very nice.
It is now. Are you watching it? Because this is basically your hometown.
I finished the first 2 episodes.
Okay, that's
Are you loving
so
it?
unacceptable.
Loving it so
though.
far, yeah.
Did you see your parents in it?
Yeah, I saw my dad. My mom was living in Chicago at the time.
Are you the little girl? Is that you? That's based on you?
It's based on me. But, well, technically my father.
Your father's based on you?
I guess I'm based on him, but he is based on the little girl, and vice versa.
Your family's like the Ace of Base. That's the way I say it. Dad, baseball, our family game, since we're all based on each other. So, one of my favorite characters and an unmasked member was killed.
What the fuck? In terrible fashion as well. Like
You
scary.
are holding the selfie stick with no phone in it up to your face. You're addicted. There's no phone in there, and he just held it up to his mouth the way he does on his scope.
Who's everybody's favorite Gearhart?
Oh,
I forgot the bearded Gearhart.
Really? You like that fucking idiot?
I like that guy.
He's always eating in every scene. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
For me, it's Mom Gerhardt is my favorite.
First of all, I'll just say this. Emmy, get in your car and drive right over to Mom Gearhart's house because that's where you're going to be living from now on. But
go to her.
The son, that always has the cigar, is my favorite.
Yeah,
just his stupid walk cracks me up.
It's Dodd. I think Dodd Gearhart.
And when the mom stopped him from hurting the daughter, and by the way, every time that idiot is always right.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
He's always fucking right. But he's just so stupid and hateable. It's one of the greatest characters ever invented.
The show just on every level is this shit. I'm worried about Mike though.
Mike is the
black
dude
dude
just sleeping with the young Gearhart.
Yeah. He's getting some. Mike Milligan.
I know the young Gerhardt. I know her
personally.
Ben Knuth tried to make out with her on the big trampoline in 9th grade.
Wait, she went to school with you?
She went to. I didn't go to the same high school with her, but all my friends from this other high school went to the same school as her. I know her sister well. But the young Gerhardt, yeah.
It's like, you're technically a Gerhardt.
Yeah. And Ben
You
Knuth
really
got
are a
rejected.
Gerhardt right now.
Yeah.
Now, did she always bang black guys from Kansas
All the time.
Yeah.
Typecast.
And only from Kansas City, too. I don't know how she knew.
Mike, what channel is that on anyway?
FX.
When he grabbed her cooch, I'm like, how's this TV? Have I lived this long that this is what TV is?
I was loving it.
Yeah. No, he was threatening her when he was doing that.
Yeah.
Still kind of sexy.
Sexy. What you mean is sexual assault, my friend.
That's assault,
Because
brother.
that literally was sexual assault.
You can't angrily grab a woman's vagina. You know that, Chris, right?
Would you say?
I just want to make sure you're clear on that.
Can I?
You
Guess
can't
what?
grab a vagina out of anger.
No. By the way, you saying that's sexy is everything we fucking need to know about you, Stanley.
Perfect.
We don't need to hear another part of your fucking story because guess what? You finally shit out your true colors.
That's disgusting and true.
I guess it's just me then, no?
Yeah, you and your other fucking cellmates, because that's where you're headed to.
Prison, son.
Sexy, he says. She was in terror for her life.
I just got caught up in the scene, you know.
Yeah, the scene.
That's what we're telling you. The fact that you got caught up.
Just got wrapped up in the scene. That's how gang rape happens.
He says it was his favorite scene since Last Sex with the Brooklyn.
Chris, you're disgusting.
I thought it was going to turn into like a Straw Dogs type situation, original Straw Dogs, where, it turns out, she kind of liked it towards
She
the end.
didn't. I've watched the scene.
So have I.
She never liked it, Chris.
Towards the end, it seemed like she was enjoying it.
This is disgusting conversation.
Never liked it.
You're
She was
so
raped.
gross. You're so effing gross.
I'm going to have to watch it again.
Guess what?
Yeah.
So you said that to me, like, oh, that's that scene. And he's like, because she eventually likes. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, I don't think so. He goes, yeah, this is like a year ago. Fucking movie comes on, but it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I make sure I fucking tape it. Then I get up as I'm having my breakfast. I fast forward to that scene to see what I've missed all these years. Nope. There was nothing. And I actually threw up my breakfast, right? Now, not because the scene made me sick, because this son of a bitch shit out his true colors. And I finally saw him. It was almost like I dropped the fucking coffee cup. Fucking figuring out every
Kobayashi. Stanley's a rapist.
Not a rapist.
But you're
Why
a
do I have
rape
to say that?
sympathizer.
No, not at all. I'm just saying there was
He's
a
a
scene.
rape connoisseur.
An enthusiast.
An enthusiast.
Yes, that's you.
Enthusiasm. I'd say enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm.
It's good.
Each man takes his turn at the plate, okay? The rape plate, if you will. You're a fucking disgusting piece of human garbage who's obsessed with Periscope.
Love scoping. Love cracking a scope.
Why is this about you? Your friends know that little girl from Fargo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And had to watch her be assaulted in such a way.
I know.
And the week before, she was happily laying ass out, feeling good about herself. By the way, that girl looks so 70s.
Yeah.
And I fucking believe she's a time traveler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have the look down for her perfectly.
And also the first guy who got killed, the one who got hit by the car.
Yeah.
He looked literally like the 70s.
Yeah, he does.
That fucking movie's something.
Does anyone like the young Gerhardt?
The Indian one? The one that looks like half an Indian?
No, the one with the...
Yeah, the son. No, you know what? He fucked everything up.
He did.
He never... Look, you're either in or you're out. Nobody wanted him to go in.
Yeah.
But caused a lot of problems.
I like how you, or at least this is how it is with me, is you're immediately on the side of the plan. Even whether it's a good guy or a bad guy, if there's a plan and then the plan gets fucked up,
right?
You're like, you're messing this up. That's not the way it's supposed to go. It's not like I wanted anything bad to happen to that dude.
Well, in every Fargo, there's always one fucking person who probably seemed like he would have had a good life, and then he totally fucked it up and made it worse and worse and worse.
Right.
And this time it's the butcher. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That guy I could fucking kill.
It's terrible.
I could kill him and his stupid fucking bitch of a wife. All you needed to do was pick up a phone and say, "I've been in an accident." None of this would have happened. Nobody would have blamed you. Nothing.
Well, I've hated him since Breaking Bad. And that guy could do anything for the rest of his career.
the hate.
I loved him in Breaking Bad. I thought he was so great when he shot that little kid.
He makes the hard decisions.
He does. He fucking does. He's actually nicer now than he is in Breaking Bad, but I could fucking I could smash his head for not thinking. What is it, Chris?
Oh, Evan Williams and Nick Mullen are here from New York's Funniest. We can take a break before bringing them in.
Yeah, let's do that then. Anything else I need to plug a week from now for the people? You sent out all the invitations, Chris?
Invitations have been sent out, just waiting for everyone to RSVP with me, and then it's set.
I heard from Kathleen from the Bronx. She's already made her bus reservations.
Nice.
And she'll be traveling to New York in style. We do have people flying in from all over, though.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Let's break. Right back, Bennington.
Welcome back to Bennington. In studio with us right now, Evan Williams and Nick Mullen from New York's Funniest. The New York's Funniest stand-up competition is
Wait,
happening.
Evan, did you think that I just gave you the cue?
Yeah. I was like, am I supposed to know how to do a radio show already? I missed that class before Bennington.
Yes, this is Evan and you're live. That's so great.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that you picked up on that.
Yeah.
New York's Funniest stand-up show is happening this Sunday, November 15th at 4 p.m. at Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City. And in studio, Evan Williams and Nick Mullen.
This is always a big show every year, guys, because if you look the last couple of years, how many people, and I'm not just talking about the winner, I'm talking about the people that were in the show and had a lot of good things happen to them in the next year. It's a good showcase for you guys.
Great. Excited. Yeah. Stoked, man.
But who's going to win it?
Probably Nick Mullen.
You think it's Nick's?
Yeah, it's probably Nick's year.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I really don't know, man. I have no idea.
Sarah? They got a woman's due. That's what the New York Times said.
The New York Times said, see, this is what always bothers me about that. I get that we're like, oh, we want women to do better, but you just can't say, but this year, it's their year.
Right.
You know,
that
that's
makes
cheating.
women feel better.
Huh?
That makes women feel a lot better.
Yeah.
We finally decided it's going to be you.
I think Nick could win based on what I consider a very 1970s look. If we were doing Boogie Nights
That's
right now,
that's one of the factors.
Porn.
That's how they're picking people. Yeah. 70s porn look specifically.
Who looks like an American Hustle extra? That's who wins.
there's a movie that sucked. I know a lot of people liked it, but I saw De Niro first before they started doing that. Which I think they all acted like this. Let's make a Scorsese movie.
Yes.
And we'll each play one of the characters. Now, Evan, is there any reason why you feel like you're not going to win this thing?
No, I was just trying to be nice to my buddy here, give him some
You
false
guys
confidence.
are buddies, though?
We are buddies, yeah. Definitely.
Same class? You guys kind of came into this together, same time?
He's been doing it a little longer than me, and he's kind of like a rogue agent, I feel like. He's like a unicorn, like catching him out in the wild is like a treat, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said, I don't go out much.
Right, basically.
So you are the rogue unicorn of this.
Sure.
If there was a gay CIA, that would be the perfect name, I think. The rogue unicorn.
Unicorn, man.
Yeah. Now, do you guys know Dan, who is here with us?
Yeah.
Cartoon Dan?
Dan Perlman?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's his story out there? I mean, I know he's got this weird show that he's doing, but, I mean, what do people think of him? Would you say the thoughts in the street are on Dan right now?
Nice guy, works hard.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't
nice
say
political
funny,
answer.
though.
Yeah.
That doesn't say funny.
It's funny.
Yeah,
But
he's
he
a
is
great
a hard
writer.
worker.
He's a really good writer.
Okay, a good writer. So if he has enough time, he'll be funny. That's what you're saying. Give this kid 4 days and he'll write a joke.
I just said he was funny. I don't know.
Does good writer mean he's not attractive enough to make it? Is
Yeah.
that what that means?
I wouldn't. I think he's a very handsome man.
Okay, I was just checking.
Strapping
Into
lad.
it.
Yeah,
Dan,
yeah.
a lot of people are saying a lot of good stuff about you today.
Yeah, really, really mixed messages from my friend there. Who I don't know if you could know I could hear him right
Oh,
there.
yeah, very behind.
This fucking shitty half compliments from Evan.
You know
Well, I've
what
just
that
been singing
means?
his fucking praises.
You know what that means?
What
They
does it
want to get
mean?
voiceover jobs after you won in Montreal.
Yeah, didn't he win? You sold a show at Montreal.
Yeah,
didn't you?
he wrote it.
Don't you have like $1 million development deal?
Yeah.
What was that?
That's what you get in Montreal. They hand out $1 million development deal.
Giant check.
Now, you said this thing is Yogi Bear or something like a Yogi Bear, right?
It's Yogi Bear meets.
It's just copyright
Dumbo.
infringement.
No, it's just Yogi Bear meets, Yogi Bear. So it's just double
Yogi
up.
Bear meets Yogi Bear.
Two bears.
It could be Yogi Bear
No one's done it.
in Delco proper. Yogi.
Yeah.
Yogi.
You.
Where you're just really doing Philly accents the entire time.
Well, you'd be great for that.
Well, right now I'm kind of booked, and I mean, I appreciate the offer, but I got a couple things going on myself, all right? But I like it. I like what you're saying. If you ever get out of Saturday morning, I'd be interested.
All right, done.
What would you rather be in, Sunday nights or Saturday morning?
Well, Sunday nights.
See? Bugs Bunny was Saturday morning, that ran quite a few fucking years.
Well,
I do remember.
Yeah.
Bugs was good. I'm not shitting on Buzz. Tasmanian Devil, I always liked him more.
Really?
That's the number one most removed tattoo. Is it Tasmanian?
Really?
Yeah.
This is stunning to me.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
according to some fucking thing that showed
It
up
doesn't
on my
have to be
Facebook
according to
feed.
anything. We're not going to check. Just the fact
Snapple
that
fact. It's
Yeah.
pretty Snapple fact.
Just the
down.
fact that you put it there means I already believe
Yeah,
it. So we don't have to
yeah.
go
That's
any
what
further.
happened with me.
Yeah.
Now I believe it.
I would have
Yeah.
thought that the number one most removed tattoo would be that bob wire around the arm. Remember where there was like almost
No,
like
that's still cool though.
still.
That's what you use to cover up Taz. You put barbed wire around
Really
them.
thick barbed wire.
Yeah,
So I
give
want
me a
Taz
like-
in jail. That's what you're saying.
Now, I would say this. This is what I think Evan could play. And I see this
Okay.
in the future for you. Since we're staying with 70s, I think you're going to be a Westie. I think if they do another,
fucking Westie. Okay. Yeah.
another Hell's Kitchen movie, you'll come in as a Westie.
Perfect.
All right. I could see
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I'm in.
Who were the people that popped big from this last year, Chris?
Ricky Velez.
Ricky Velez.
He won it though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he did win.
Yeah, he won it. I was there that day too. He actually had a great set. Joe List had a great set though.
Joe List did it last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I feel like he was already big enough to not do it last
That's
year.
what he
Yeah.
was even thinking. He
Yeah,
was like, I
yeah.
don't know why I'm still here.
I feel
Right.
like List has to work like 9 times harder than anybody else.
Why do you think though?
I don't know. He's like a great comic, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I did Montreal with him like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then at the time, it was like, I thought that he seemed, because I'd already known who he was.
Right.
You know, because he's been around for a while. And everybody always said he was funny.
Yeah, that is true though.
Mhm.
But you never know with these things. You never know if you look at some people even Bill Burr worked for a lot of years, blah, 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 blah. But then, like, in the last 2 years, there's just a ridiculous explosion of his success, you know? I guess you could say we've already forgotten that Amy, just a couple years ago, was like, oh, seriously, she's good.
Yeah. Watch out for her.
Yeah, watch out for her. Yeah. And it went from, I really think something's going to happen to her, till, you know, my yacht is parked off and everyone line up on the beach. I'll stand on my yacht and do stand-up from there. Because that's how her career is now.
Yeah.
Her career is like, you would not be surprised when you just see her on page 6. It doesn't seem weird.
Yeah, jet skiing with J-Law.
Jet skiing with J-Law, which should be the name of her book that she's writing right now.
The story of my life.
Who else was in this list year?
Lisa Traeger and Mateo Lane.
That's my roommate, Mateo Lane.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Really?
My wife and I live with Mateo.
Here's the thing.
Like a sitcom. Like a really progressive sitcom.
We all love Mateo.
Yeah.
Because when he comes in to do radio, we say, "What's up, Mateo?" And then we put our feet up and take the next 45 minutes. It's always nice to have that guy to come in and do the show and just start to word associate with himself.
Right.
About pop songs and singers I've never heard
Mariah
of.
Carey will come up immediately.
Oh, it did.
And furious about
something. He will
something.
sing by the end of it. There will be opera.
Yeah.
Somebody told me he speaks 6 languages.
Notes.
Is that true?
He speaks French, Italian, Spanish, English.
Yeah.
And maybe like a little German.
See, the thing is,
Is that 6?
That's 5.
I'm still working on counting this.
I know, yeah.
He also does Pig Latin, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Forgotten language, really.
The thing is, once he gets past English, I'm just going to have to believe him. I'm not going to, it's like you with the Tasmanian devil. I'm not going to look it up.
Right.
I might as well just go with it.
You say it, it's true.
Yeah. So where do you guys live together?
We live on the Upper East Side.
Sweet.
And that sounds like we're yuppies, but we're not.
How far up?
I'm married with a roommate. I'm on 83rd.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're way east. We're like 83rd New York.
That is east. That's too far east.
Too far east, where it's not cool anymore. There's like a 12-minute walk to the train. You know, there's as many old people as babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're often running into each other, you know.
But you get the East River views up there, right?
True, yeah, really nice park by there.
Yeah.
There's I guess the mayor lives there.
Yeah,
too?
the mayor lives, what do they call the mayor's
Gracie?
house?
Gracie
Mansion.
Gracie Mansion, yeah.
Yeah. Which, he's the first mayor to live there in like 10 years. Because actually Bloomberg wasn't going to move out of his much better house. And then before that, the mayor got kicked out by his wife. And she lived in the mayor's mansion, and he lived on 57th Street.
He had a bachelor pad.
Yeah, well, I think he was crashing with a friend, as a matter of fact.
Really?
I think he had a buddy that said, come and stay here for a while. But to think that the mayor, we're paying for a house for the mayor that he can't live in because his wife doesn't want him there. Fucking New York is unbelievable. It's so great.
It's the best.
The current mayor was considering not moving in, but then they decided
he was thinking about staying in Brooklyn.
Yeah, he has, they have a brownstone in Park Slope. He's like, it's a great neighborhood. I really don't want to leave. But then people thought they were being too snooty about it.
Yeah.
So he had
that
to go.
guy got like 86% of the vote, and then everyone hated him the day after.
Immediately.
The day of, yeah.
It was like they voted for him and then said, by the way, you suck.
Yeah.
And we don't like you. I don't know why anybody runs for anything.
It's a tough job, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't put up with it.
It's not going to come out good. It's not going to turn out in your favor.
Nobody in history.
And every paper in New York City just finds things to shit all over him for, especially the being late for everything, which I just find funny. That
he is fucking late for everything.
45 minutes late.
Yeah.
Wow.
The only de Blasio controversy I remember or paid attention to was something about the horses. He was making horses, outlawing horses, no more.
He wanted to get rid of the species of horse. He said, we don't want horses on this planet.
And who was it that tried to outlaw the large sodas? Was that Bloomberg?
That was Bloomberg.
That was Bloomberg. I was so happy we shut that down. I don't even get large sodas, but when you tell me I can't have one, I want to drink I want to double fist them. I just want to drink them all day.
Then you get really thirsty. But see, I get what he's saying about the horses, because those Central Park horses are the most depressing looking animals I've ever seen in my life.
Plus, the whole area smells like shit.
It does smell
Unless
like...
you grew up on a farm, that's not a pleasant smell.
Yeah, it's shitty. They look really bummed.
They
Apparently,
look
they're
pissed
like
off.
hooves are all fucked up from just living on concrete.
Yeah, because they weren't young when they got that gig. You know what I mean? It's like a secondary gig. And then you're right. And then every once in a while, one freaks out, starts to run in the street, gets hit by a fucking car. I was up there one day right after it happened.
Ooh.
And I go to cross over, and it was like a blanket. There was like a blanket this big. And I'm like, what happened? And people were saying, you just missed the worst fucking thing ever.
That's a huge chalk outline, too.
Yeah.
The guy who has to outline that thing.
Yeah, that's just gigantic.
It's a long job, yeah.
But I don't trust horses because they always have a look like they know that they're not supposed to be sat on.
Right.
You know? I mean,
they
they're bigger
seem
than
so
us.
vulnerable. And they're so powerful.
No, they're not vulnerable.
Yeah,
They're you know, they know we've got like guns on them. They know that they don't have a choice, but they could kill you if they wanted to.
100%.
But at the same time, they could hurt their ankle and they have to be put to sleep.
That's true.
If anything happens to them. But I always have the feeling when I'm walking past up there that they're going to bite me on the shoulder. I always start to go over because it just looks like you see the size of their fucking teeth.
Yeah.
They got teeth like railroad ties.
It hurts to be bit by a horse.
Does
like
it?
they won't break skin, but it's like a deep bruise from a horse.
Well, a horse fly hurts.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Just a horse fly alone.
That alone is bad.
Plug away, Chris, because this is a big time for these guys. One of these guys is going to break out and forget about it. We're looking at, I'm going to guess this, within 2 years, between these two guys, 3 HBO specials.
What?
3 between us.
Each of you get one, and then you're going to do one together. I think that's what's going to happen.
I like that, man. I like that. We could do like a twin bit, but we're like clearly not even twins.
Fraternal twins.
Right.
Fraternal twins.
Yeah.
The fraternal twin special.
Evan Williams and Nick Mullen are in studio. New York's funniest stand-up show is happening this Sunday, November 15th at 4 p.m. at Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City. On Twitter, @It's Evan Williams. And for Nick, it's @Nick Mullen.
When you guys look around at the contest, who's the guy to beat other than you two guys? Who's somebody you're looking at? You're like
DeVito, probably.
100%. Yeah, I was going to say DeVito.
Yeah. I don't know who's, because they did 2 semifinal rounds, so I'm not sure. I only know the people that advanced.
I know a couple of, there's Charles Gould from the other.
Yeah, he's funny. Sarah and Randy.
Sarah, Randy, Nimesh.
That's so funny that Sarah and Randy are both in the finals. I don't know. Should I?
Are they a couple?
Yeah, good.
No, they've had like an off again, on again thing for like, I don't know, 4 years now.
Oh,
Just
okay.
all this drama. I think that, you know what? Why
This
not?
will end it. This will end the relationship.
Yeah. Well, they broke
have
up.
left.
They like broke up again. They're like, but we're still fucking. I love that. I'll just air it to everybody.
Yeah, that's
why not?
Whatever. I mean, she shouldn't have told me, to be honest.
Radio.
Won't mind.
Her
forgot we
mistake
weren't in a
by
green room.
telling me, and
Yeah.
now so it's like she's doing this instead of me. I feel. But yeah, no. So
But she felt like she could come to you and say, look, we need to talk about
She
this.
came to him in public. I was there. I was beside him.
we were mic'd
She
up
might
at
as
the
well
time.
have said it. Yeah, we were literally mic'd up for NBC Digital.
Well, they were like, I think the New York Times article, it's like a picture of Randy, and it's mostly about Randy and Sarah, which is funny, because like, that is the story. I mean, NBC should just make the whole thing about Randy and Sarah's relationship.
They should.
And cut off all that stuff we say about white guys.
Do we want
comments we made.
Do we want to tell them what we're worried about?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
My God. So we're mic'd up the whole time.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're not going to just sit there and not talk like we're comedians, you know, so we're chatting and stuff. I mean, at some point we're talking about how bad, SNL is. And I mean, you know, SNL's great.
Well,
a lot of
said
great
that part.
sketches.
I didn't
I
say
said that. I regret saying it because I forgot that it's for NBC that we're doing this thing. And like, you know, whoever's shooting it has, the rights to use whatever they want from what we say. And so when they call the winners of our round, you know, there's like, it was like 6 straight white men.
It was beyond that. Because,
then,
so only 5 people advanced, and there's 10 people in the semis, and the lineup was like...
Suba.
it was Suba, Casey,
Nico White.
Nico.
Really funny people.
Basically, there was 6 straight white guys. So that means only one of us is making it.
100%.
Right? So we're joking about that the entire time. Like, okay, the white guys, we have to stick together. And then they called semifinalists, and it's just white guys. They didn't pick anyone that
They called 3 straight white guys, and I was like, okay, I'm not going, and that's fine. You know, this was fun, and like I got to do a solo
I was the first one called, so I was like, I'm the best of the white guys.
You did it, yeah.
I'm the one that gets to make it,
yeah.
That's kind of like winning, I guess.
Yeah.
If you add the handicap in there, but then it turned out to be like everything else in life,
right?
we win everything.
Just like the Senate.
And so we're off stage and we're like ironically like saying, like satirically chanting like straight white men. Because like it's ridiculous that it happened. Like, and we're going to end up on salon.com. Like, you know, so there's going to be problems with the fact that only straight white men move on. But we forgot we were mic'd the whole time. So they could just make us enemies on this documentary.
Well, the context will never be able to be explained. You can't say, we thought for sure we weren't going to.
Right, 100%.
Yeah.
Because everyone like crushed.
Everyone had one.
It was honestly, I don't know how you would judge that.
Yeah. Well, I actually was a judge in the finals last year, and it was fucking impossible, right? Because everybody went out in front of that big room and kicked the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Really.
That's why I kind of don't mind the like, you know, for the New York Times or anybody to say like, oh, it's time for a woman to win. It's like, yeah, fuck it, why not? I mean, it's comedy. It's not like
it's just time for the funniest
doctor. Yeah, it doesn't matter, you know,
to win.
But I don't know why the New York Times suddenly worries about that. You know what I mean? Like the New York Times isn't running a big comedy section and going over it every single week. Once a year, they're going to come out and go, oh, let's look over what happened the last 3 years. You know?
Yeah.
Give it a rest. Chris, keep plugging away.
Evan Williams and Nick Mullen are in studio. New York's Funniest Stand-Up is happening this Sunday, November 15th at 4 p.m. at Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City. Go to carolines.com for tickets. On Twitter, Evan Williams' Twitter is @It'sEvanWilliams and Nick's is @NickMullen.
I think it's, it's always cool to be part of a festival, right? I mean, isn't that always a good thing?
It'd be cool to be able to go to the party this year. I guess we couldn't. We tried to get in last year, and they wouldn't let us in. We tried to get +1. the comedy festival party.
Yeah.
Were you part of the festival last year or no?
No. That's just what's cool is that we, you know, trick these people into putting us in the festival. Like, period. It's just gonna be great. I mean, I don't know about you, but like, you have like Montreal. I'm just getting tired of being brought up. Like, it's next up, Evan Williams. You've seen him here at this show, I guess. You know, like you can at least say New York Comedy Festival now.
Yeah, but audiences don't know what Montreal is. That only matters to other
they
comics.
do. That's the biggest comedy festival in the world.
Yeah, but people don't know what comedy is.
It's true.
They literally don't even know who Conan is most of the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
It's really funny. You know, I've talked to so many people, and like years ago, if you got a Tonight Show, your career happened. You know, I talked to David Brenner, and he'd done the Tonight Show in like the early 1970s. The following day, he had like $80,000 worth of gigs booked and TV appeared, all because the entire country was watching it at the same time. And Johnny Carson said, "You're good." So it was like being let into show business. But now you could do all the late night shows, and then you still go to work the Funny Bone in Pittsburgh. You know what I mean?
Middle, and not even headline.
Middle.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking about this before Conan started, but has he had any stand-ups on? Not Conan, I mean Colbert.
I don't think so.
I don't think he has had a stand-up on yet.
One of his first guests was like a YouTube celebrity, right?
Yeah.
I forget the name. Yeah.
But that's kind of a weird thing if that ends up being one of the shows that we lose getting comics on.
Getting stand-ups on,
Yeah,
if you really think about it, Conan is the only one runs.
Conan just had Sean Donnelly on last night.
Yeah.
But like, I think, he's pretty much the only one who really does it regularly.
Who does it steady.
Kimmel does like 4 a year.
Yeah.
And he's like, from what I hear, he's like really careful about who he picks. And then once you've done it, sometimes you'll have to do it 2 times. Like I think Pete Davidson like did it, had a great set, but like Kimmel was just like, I think, you know, the crowd didn't fully like, you know, wasn't there with you. I think you're really fun. I think you deserve a better set, and like invited him again like a few weeks later, did it, and that one aired. So they like really like, you know, that's cool. You know, I mean, like he has less, but he gives so much of a crap about it. You know, like you make sure that it's the most enjoyable thing for you.
I had no idea. I had never heard that story before.
Yeah.
And again, though, but the weird thing is, if you did it more, people could just kind of live and die with it. You know, like the only way to really get good at doing those kind of sets is to do it.
Yeah.
Over and over, you know? I mean, Regan did it so great, but he got 29 Lettermans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, comedy's also weird now. I mean, you have to do it so much longer than you used to before you get like a late night spot, and those late night spots are 4.5 minutes.
Right.
And so, if you've been doing comedy 8 years, like a 4.5 minute set isn't something that's not your comfort zone anymore. I mean, you can do it obviously.
Yeah.
But, it's like a comic going on TV for 4 minutes that probably has an hour.
Yeah.
That they do, consistently. So I don't know. That seems like, I don't know, the hardest part to deal with.
Right. Because you don't even think in a 4.5 minute bit anymore.
Right. That's what a lot of shows are becoming, is like kind of a way for you to showcase your best 6 minutes, and then like Montreal auditions come around, and so everybody for 2 months is like tightening, and then you get the opportunity to like go on the road, and you're like, oh man, it feels so much better to just like stretch out and like not have to rush through my bits, and like it's okay if it's a little wordy, because I'm with these people for a little bit of time.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's the thing, you can't get any trust. But I was talking about Regan, even his last time on Letterman, and he had been doing it for almost 20 years, he had to win the crowd. You know what I mean? Like, the fact of the matter is those people, those bridge and tunnel people, weren't exactly comedy people. So when he came out, it wasn't like they were bringing out, somebody that the people knew. He had to win them over. Just like it was his first time.
And you would absolutely think that he would be somebody that people, they should know.
Right.
And
he is. I mean, he's a big star with his crowd. His crowd will show up to any size venue. But it doesn't exactly mean that every single person in the country knows who he is. Like, in a way, like Don Rickles, when he was around. Everybody knew who Don Rickles was, mainly because he would do Carson once a month or, once every 2 months. It's just not like that. There's too many channels now for anyone to just break through.
It's weird what creates club draw, too. Like what gets people to come out. I mean, I used to like feature on the road like pretty consistently a couple years ago, but I haven't done it, probably in like 2 years. But when I did, like Guy Code was huge as far as what brings people out. And then, Chelsea lately brought out more people than anything.
Right.
And then there's other people with like, half hours or whatever, and then it wouldn't be as consistent just off like the half hour, a lot of late night appearances. It was always other shows that did it.
I wonder if it's because Guy Code would play a lot too.
Maybe.
I think so. I feel like that's it.
Yeah, or that's the
Conan
demographic.
plays one time a night. You know what I mean? And it's after most people are asleep. And like, I think that's why a lot of the primetime shows are big draws, like Last Comic Standing and America's Got Talent. Bring people out as well,
But I also
the
think
whole family's up.
Chelsea lately, because she put people on a panel, they got to know those people, not just their material. Because when a stand-up goes out and does material, a lot of people will be at work the next day going, oh, I saw this guy last night. You know what I mean? Like, they don't exactly know who it was.
Right, but if they're seeing them be conversationally funny, then they're thinking of them as a person and their name and...
Yeah. They start thinking, I'm going to follow this person.
Yeah.
But when you come out, I've done it with people before where I'll just see some stand-up and I'll think, oh, that was funny. But then the next day I can't remember what their name was.
Yeah.
Chris, you going to plug, or I got to ask you every single time? I mean, we're getting at the point now where I'm like, all you care about is your Periscopes, nothing else.
I care about plugging. New York's funniest stand-up show is happening this Sunday, November 15th at 4 p.m. at Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City. Go to carolines.com for tickets and more information. Evan Williams and Nick Mullen are in studio. On Twitter, it's Evan Williams and @Nick Mullen.
Is Evan Williams, Evan Williams, is that the liquor account?
Yeah, 100%. Well, actually, no. Evan Williams is the co-founder of Twitter. Evan Williams I'm like the third best Evan Williams at best. Like, no matter what I do in life, I can only be the third best Evan Williams.
Well, then what's the Evan Williams liquor account then?
Probably Evan Williams bourbon or something.
Okay.
I don't know. I have to look it up.
You should have gotten that one.
You guys know? Yeah. Anybody here drink Evan Williams bourbon?
Oh, yeah.
You
Big
do?
time.
Yes.
You should be ashamed of yourself. It's really cheap.
At that point, were you yelling big time with it? Big time street bourbon person.
Yeah.
Right over here.
Yeah, well, there's a time that, like, that's your introduction to brown liquors, things like Evan
Right,
Williams.
yeah.
You're like, this stuff is good. And then eventually you try something that's actually good, and you're like, oh,
this is what it's supposed to taste like.
It's not supposed to hurt you.
It's not all toilet water.
I
Yeah.
used to drink a lot of Bullet. That was my favorite.
Bullet? You talking about like course? Like Silver Bullet?
No.
What do you mean? What's Bullet?
Bullet bourbon.
Bourbon, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've been out of the game for a while, man.
How long have you been sober?
7 years, Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's a long
Bad
time.
Halloween, huh?
Yeah, bad couple days before. Yeah. I don't know what the actual date is. I had some time sober, and I relapsed, and it wasn't like a horrible relapse, and so like I lied to myself for a while. I was like, I had a few drinks, that doesn't count. You know, I won't tell anybody. And it just ate me up, like lying about it. And so I finally like, you know, got honest with people, and the guy who helps me stay sober was like, you know, we'll call it Halloween because you don't remember exactly when in October it was. So just to be safe, we call it Halloween. Also, I love Halloween, so it makes it more special.
I think that's like a real sign of getting sober too is when you use that second sober date. Not the first one that you do when you're counting days and you're like, oh, okay, now I don't have to, you know, I'm past that 90, so I don't want to go back to one again and pick up a fucking white chip. Jesus. So you just play it out for a while. But then when sobriety really gets into your head, you're like, okay, so it's just not about the alcohol and drugs. It's about the whole thing.
Do you need the date to stay sober? Do you need that? Do you need to know?
Do you need a date?
I mean, do you need to know?
Me? I need to know.
Yeah?
Yeah, I just need to know. I need to know for the new guy, like so that when it comes time for me to celebrate, I can give a guy a day that it all ended so he knows that you don't have to drink for that long between that day and now.
I don't do meetings or anything. I'm sober too, but I
I know
do meetings. I think it was October 16th is the last time I drank.
Really?
But
October babies. How
much?
many? 2 years?
Yeah.
That's great, man. I'm happy for anybody that can do it anyway.
Yeah.
I can only do it that one way that I can't say on the radio, but you know, where we go to rooms and people talk about it.
Oh, you're not allowed to say.
You're literally not allowed to say. Yeah, well, you say.
I'm not part of the program. Right? I don't fuck about
You're allowed to say.
rules.
Yeah, there's a rogue agent again. Man. You can say whatever you want.
I don't have to worry about going to Alcoholics Hell or whatever your stupid religion dictates.
No, it's the enemy is there so that the one protects, you know, the person from the rooms, so they don't have to be looked at as one if they don't want to be. I'm loud about it, you know. I say it on stage. I say it to everybody I meet. I do it for a living during the day, and the other protects the rooms from you. So like if I'm on the radio now and I'm like, I'm in blah blah blah, then I fuck a hooker tomorrow and run over a kid, they're like, oh, that's what AA is, you know. I
think it's a lot better though than if you fucked a kid and ran over a hooker. You know what I mean? Like, I think you could say
it could get worse. Yeah.
People don't blame AA for that though. They're not gonna be like, look, he has a Blockbuster card.
What happened?
Like Charlie Sheen, Sheen, they're like, that's AA because he screamed about it so many times.
What do you say? People that aren't sober will say, oh, look, he bragged for so long about his sobriety. And you don't want to make this thing about anyone.
I guess you can't talk about it either.
I can talk about whatever I want because I've, you know what I mean?
Are you in the program?
Yeah, I've always been, you know, feeling, I think that even when you call it a religion, I don't see it anything even close to that. I see it almost the exact opposite of a religion.
Well, I didn't see it that way until I just found out you weren't allowed to talk about it. That's
you can talk about it. You just can't put it in front of your name like I'm Evan Williams and I am Alcoholics Anonymous. You know what I mean? Because then it's like, okay, well, if you're that, then I'm gonna watch you. And like if you mess up, then that's AA, and I don't need to ever go there because like look what it does for people. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember when you know, Sam would always, the Kinnison years ago would do it, and then he would be back to his chip, and it made a lot of people that try to help other people get sober. They thought it looked bad, but you must have felt like there was a place where you thought, oh, I can't drink anymore, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I kind of always like recognized that I had a problem.
Yeah.
And then I always thought that like I just need to figure out moderation.
Right.
Which is, I still think probably healthier, but I just can't do it. It's too easy to fuck up and then just start blacking out again.
Yeah, I don't think you do figure out moderation. Like, I think there are people, my dad is a moderate drinker, but even when I was a little kid, I'm still drinking. I blacked out at a really, really young age, but it took me forever to figure out how to do anything about it. And one thing at a time. I gave up one thing out of all the substances that are out there, and then would have to give up the next one, and then the next one.
Because all I do is not drink. I still like anything else. I don't have a problem.
Oh, okay.
So it's a different kind of sober. But I mean, I have no problem with moderation with other shit. So it's like literally just drinking. And it's because it's so, I do the same thing. Yeah. I do the same thing with food though. Like if I order food, even if I don't like it, I have to eat everything on the plate because I ordered it. So why not? So I don't even think it's, it's just like a consumption issue rather than.
Well, I was certainly like you for a long time where I just gave up drinking and thought I could do everything else. And then other shit just caught up to me.
I did the
At a
opposite.
time.
Yeah.
You gave up drugs first.
Yeah, I tried that first. Like I went to, the other program, narcotics, and I thought that I could sit in those rooms and just say that I was clean from drugs.
Right.
But then they kept getting to that part where they were like, alcohol is a drug, and I would just plug my ears during that time, like, no, that's your thing, that's you guys' problem,
right?
Not me. And for me, like, no matter what I did, I tried just smoking weed, I tried just drinking, I tried getting a girlfriend and just like clinging to her, and like trying to please her and not drink, and just everything led back to 6 a.m. going to the drug dealer's house. That's me. I don't know. So like, that's great. You can do that. Is what I'm trying to say.
I know plenty of people who can.
Yeah, I know. Same here.
I know plenty of people who can, and I certainly don't think everybody needs to to give it up. And that's one of the first things I liked about the program is that you don't go around and try to talk other people into it.
No. Thank God.
But Bert Kreischer, if you ever want help, I love you and I'm here. But what I really like about it is I can't think of another place that you can go and say, I really fucked up and I'm a really bad person. And people
applaud.
Yeah, it's great. Or laugh. I mean, you could, there's some of those things that are, there's places to get together but to me, it's just talking like we are here. You know what I mean?
It's funny because I feel like one of the things that helps me not drink is like I constantly have to like feel bad about the shit that I did while I was drinking. Yeah. So I can't, if I had an environment where people say, no, that's okay.
Let me tell you something,
that would come off as enabling.
Okay.
When you have your they say, okay, you're accepted here. But my fucking bottom is this fucking close, right? Mm-hmm. It's that close and I fucking keep it there. I never want to not remember and take fucking responsibility.
Sure.
100%, yeah.
Because the second, if I thought, you know what, it's not so bad, I'd be back. And still, a lot of times, I even still, like a fucking baby, I'll sit and go like this. I bet there's new drugs that I could probably fucking handle.
Yeah.
Because it bugs me when people come in and talk about new drugs that I've been too sober for.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, fuck.
How many years?
Well, and my stuff is gray as yours, but it's where I would say even not doctor shopping is like 17 years for me now. But,
awesome.
But everything about it is still pretty close. Like it doesn't feel
all the isms and stuff. Yeah.
Always.
I hate
those things.
I have zero faith in myself. And like, you don't deserve this. You've tricked people into thinking that you could get this.
Yeah.
I don't know how you're in it. You know what I mean? You're going to embarrass yourself and like that kind of stuff.
Dude, I was thinking about you walking through the door. I'm like, who's he bullshit with this fucking contest?
Yeah. Right. Who is this guy? Looks so serious.
Yeah.
A comedian? Yeah. I think like bottom for me, like, I keep it close too, but like it's not like an event I keep close or anything like that. It's just like the way I felt,
Yeah.
And I can feel like this now, but like you said, I have the rooms to go to and talk about it with people who get it and like help me through it. But I've just seen so many people who's like, I know a guy whose bottom was getting a D at Duke University, and I know a guy whose bottom was not, that he ran over a kid. You know what I mean? And the bottoms are like, when you're just like spent. I'll never forget how spent I was. Just like not being able to look in the mirror and like brushing my teeth, looking at the wall so I didn't have to see myself and like that kind of stuff. Just like not wanting to get up, I don't miss that.
You know what it was from this still fucking freaks me out a little bit is that when I hear so many stories that are similar to mine from people that I don't feel like are similar. So you're like, at my worst, I really thought, all right, I'm all fucked up, but I'm Jack Kerouac, I'm Miles Davis, I'm Lou Reed. And then they get in there and go, oh no, I'm a fucking housewife, I'm a busboy, you know what I mean? Like the fact that the story is much more common still shocks me to this day.
Yeah.
Still people that I feel like are sitting there talking my story that I have nothing in common with, you know?
Yeah.
It's stunning.
Black, lesbian, paraplegic. Just relate 100% with everything she says. Yeah.
Old lady comes in, and you're like, fuck. I thought I was doing the same exact angles.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Evan Williams and Nick Mullen are in studio. New York's funniest stand-up show is happening this Sunday, November 15th at 4 p.m. at Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City. Go to carolines.com for tickets and more information. On Twitter, it's Evan Williams and @Nick Mullen.
Chris, does any of this stuff make you think about your your 24-hour perk problem? Look at you with your broken arm. And
It's doctor
on purpose.
Doctor prescribed. Doctor prescribed.
He dislocates his fucking shoulder.
I have loose joints.
He just bought that at Dwayne Reed. This is not...
Well, there's just a thing now. It's the opiates are the biggest problem for people. And I think I always feel for people that get in that kind of shit because you can get physically addicted to that drug even when you don't have an addictive personality, I
mean, when they first gave me the script for the perks, I went through those pretty quickly. And once I didn't have them, I felt like shit, like immediately afterwards.
Yeah,
really quick.
Opiates. The best week of my life is when I got my wisdom teeth pulled. And, I didn't have any pain. Like, it just, I did have, they gave me like a prescription of like Percocets or whatever, but I just had like a week of like Percocets and cream of wheat. And, it was great. And, yeah.
Sounds nice.
And
I don't think anything tops that, any experience that I've had.
By the way, people who don't have a problem don't have stories like that.
Yeah.
But people who don't have a problem would take their Percocets for one day and be like, I think I'm fine now.
Yeah.
There's those kind of people like you'll go into their house and you'll see an old bottle of Percocets.
How?
And you're like, why? Why would you let this sit rot?
This is expired.
Somebody told me they had a half a gram of coke at their house from like a month ago.
Yeah, how's that happen?
Like, what do you?
I do that though, because really that's the only thing. That's the only thing I still like fuck with. I guess I don't really enjoy smoking weed, but like once every couple of months, somebody will offer me blow and I'll do it or I'll pay for some. And like multiple times it's happened now where I've like it'll be 2:00 in the morning because I don't drink anymore either.
Right.
So like cocaine is a very mild drug if you're just not drinking, I mean, in comparison to when you usually buy it at fucking 1:30 in the morning when somebody's like, let's spend $300 on cocaine so we can drink until 10:00 in the morning. And then you feel like shit all day the next day. But you think it's like, oh, it's because I did the blow. No, it's because you kept drinking so much. So I don't know, like I'll be able to buy some and then have like a pleasant evening and have like a nice conversation. And then around like 2:00 in the morning, I'm like, all right, I've done enough. And then a lot of times I'll just throw it out or it'll get left around or.
I can't even identify with that slightly.
I don't think anybody can.
I had a snake around my neck and blood coming out of my nose, and I was speaking philosophically about like The Simpsons and just really uninteresting.
But closer and closer.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Seriously, that fucking whole show.
Yeah, man.
I believe you.
I feel like
I like the show too.
I feel like I'm Bart. I feel like you're Bart, man. We're all Bart.
That's the prerequisite for a cocaine addiction is you've seen too much television. Talk about it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. No, I do love the talks that I've had with people. I've done thousands and thousands and thousands of hours worth of coke. I didn't do it once every couple of months. I did it just all day, every day for 3 years. Yeah. And in the beginning, it was great. It was like we all got together. We'd have a meal first, and we'd immediately shit it out once we had a line of coke. And we would have a nice meal, and we would be excited, and we'd go get 3 packs of cigarettes. We'd get some cards. We'd sit down, and we would tell things to each other that it took me a while in the program to tell my sponsor. You know what I mean? Like, like, so honest with people, and just, like, talking about our fears and, like, horrible things that happen and wonderful things that happen. And
How did you afford all this?
I stole a lot.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
That's cool.
You're
having a cool Evan.
I got Nick Mullen on my left shoulder just telling me to get back into it, man.
Why don't you talk more about the stealing? Anyone can do drugs. It takes, like, you know, a hell of a personality to be a thief.
Yeah, I mean, I was stealing from people I love, though, you know? It's, like, not cool,
The people
right?
who least expect it.
Yeah.
The perfect
the people
crime.
who have to still like me afterwards, you know?
You say that, and then I immediately think, like, art. Like, that you were stealing art. Like, it has to be a cartoon in my head. It can't just be, I don't know.
And where do you resell that,
Ocean's
by the
12.
way, when you steal a famous painting? Who are you supposed to sell that to? That seems like the worst fucking crime ever.
Doesn't someone go, this is beautiful. Where did you get this, by the way?
Museum.
Probably like drug magnates, right? Like big drug dealers who have a bunch of paintings, and like Escobar had a bunch of hippos. Like
Right.
Hippos he illegally kept in some pool in his house.
And now there's a hippo problem down there because those things ran off, and they're having like little hippo babies.
They're the most dangerous animal.
Yeah.
They kill more people in Africa than any
Oh, they're
other animal.
super scary.
Yeah. You ever see those videos where they're chasing people on
Terrifying.
boats? Scary
They're
as
so
shit.
fast in the water.
There's a Vine that I couldn't stop watching of somebody putting a watermelon in a hippo's mouth, and the hippo's just sitting there with its mouth open, and it just compresses the watermelon, and then it loops, and you can sit there and just watch it for hours.
How many times did you watch it?
Hours.
Yeah.
Keep count.
Yeah, doing that fucking rest of that coke, and then you're throwing it out.
Yeah.
You don't need. I've been watching the hippo thing too long. Getting rid of
Let me
that.
put this aside for 2 months.
Yeah. 2 months.
Dude, I'd give a bag to a friend. I'd be like, I don't want to do this later. I was like, so keep it and like lock it away and don't answer my call if I call you. And then I would just call until he answered the phone. My drug dealer would try and help me save money. Like he'd be like, dude, you're buying a gram right now for $50. You're gonna be back twice, and so just get an 8-ball and save $30. It's $120 for an 8-ball. He's like trying to save me money and be a good person, like a horrible person, but like a good person. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm not gonna be back. I'm gonna do this 1 gram, and that's fucking it. You know what I mean?
Did you ever sell drugs?
No, I couldn't sell drugs. I tried, and I just did all the drugs.
No.
You know what I mean?
What I don't understand. Why do they switch over from metric to standard with weed at a certain point? If you buy a certain amount of weed, it's no longer the metric system. It's pounds.
That's a good point. I never thought of.
That's a horrible
That happens with
system.
every drug too, right? I mean,
you buy kilos of cocaine.
Oh, yeah.
You buy pounds of weed, and it's just with weed.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I've heard weed measured in kilos, though. Like
they come in and
by an undercover cop. You kids want some kilos of cocaine and pot? Don't mind me.
Yeah. I love kilo. It's a great drug. It's like, no, that's a measurement, dude. What are
No,
you
but that
talking
always
about?
fucked me up because you'd have to convert the ounces to quarter pounds. No, ounces are standard. That's the one I can't remember.
So you
are ounces a gram thing? Or no, because all the metric system ends in gram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So ounces, you go half ounce, and then what's smaller?
8.
There's 16 ounces in a pound. There's 28 ounces. Wait, there's 28 grams in an ounce. There you go. That's
So
how it
it's
works.
28 grams in an ounce.
And then there's 16 ounces in a pound. That's how it works in the weed game.
And a kilo is 2.2.
It's
right?
2.2, American pounds.
Yeah. Now, by the way, no one should know all these numbers. You know what I mean? There's no reason that you should go 2.2.
Ridiculous, right?
It's fucking disgusting.
That's just a fun fact, I know. That's all.
Even NASA fucked that up. Remember NASA a couple years ago? They launched like one of the Voyagers or some shit. They like lost millions of dollars worth of fucking satellite shit because they're like, oh no, we meant meters, not fucking inches. We didn't double check that before we press launch.
Shit.
Billions of dollars of taxpayer money.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Evan Williams and Nick Mullen are in studio. They're part of the New York's Funniest Stand-Up Show. That's happening this Sunday, November 15th at 4 p.m. at Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City. Go to carolines.com for tickets and more information. On Twitter, it's Evan Williams and at Nick Mullen.
I think it's going to be a close one. I think it's between you two. I don't think anybody else has a chance. I'm just going to say that.
There you go, man.
As a former judge, I'm saying that.
Yeah. Catch DeVito. You're going to want to see Anthony DeVito.
Watch that guy.
Win the
I feel like
contest.
he can't win 2 in the same year, though, right? Isn't there like a rule?
Did he win
He won the March Madness.
Yeah, March Madness was
See,
normally
this
the
is the
same
thing
club.
about DeVito, though. He's like such a nice person.
So we got to beat him up. We got to hurt him.
And that's a problem. That's the problem because he's likable.
Yeah.
Beyond funny, he's also likable. Yeah. And he gives off at least the air that he cares about other human beings.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was surprised that I even made the final because everybody did well in the semis, and I'm not likable. I'm not.
Yeah, I picked up on that.
So I don't know if that factors out.
Yeah.
That factors out.
Yeah.
All right, we got to wrap this up. Good to meet you guys, though.
Nice meeting you.
Thanks so much.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Chris, we got anything we need to plug?
GPS New York City. That's going to air today at 4 p.m. in an hour on Deep Tracks Channel 27.
All right. We'll see you guys all again in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!